Don Julio. What's up, bruh? See, I gotta get my chat up here somehow. Burger is fat. What's up? What is up? Kyle Hedges. It must be the fake Kyle. Must be the fake Kyle. Okay, let me move this light out of my face. Light just like right in my face, man. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. 86, what's going on, man? What is going on? Let's see. Take a quick look at, yeah, that looks good. Looks good. All right, here. Now we're back. Where's my chat? Here it is. Mod you. No. How about not? I don't need any mods. I don't stream enough on this channel. I don't get enough viewers. I can handle it all on my own. All by my little lonesome. Nobody helps me out, anyways. Everybody's got a wrench, and nobody does anything with it. So I took them all away. Yeah. Again. So, anywho, yeah, President Trump, the Almighty President Trump, supposed to be streaming here in just a wee bit. Everybody is expecting him to announce that we are going to war. Anybody in the chat? Anybody in the chat think we're going to war? Had heard that Trump had just designated Venezuela, all of Venezuela, as a terrorist state. So just paving out the legal way for us to go in and go to war with Maduro down there, which I'm kind of expecting. I'm not really. I mean, I said before, I don't think Trump is actually going to fire the first shot. I think he's been trying to both antagonize Maduro to take a shot at us so then he could just say, oh, well, we're just retaliating. But I've also thought that Trump is uh, he's trying to pressure Maduro to get out of office for sure. Now we've got a shit ton of ships down there ready to attack him. If we do attack, I don't think it'll be by land at all. I think it'll be all from air and by sea. What's up, Luke's board? Yeah, I think we'll just drop bombs or fire missiles in towards Venezuela, but would we see boots on the ground? I highly doubt that. Just amendment T10. So I want to get my phone so I don't have to be switching back and forth between screens and all that. This is going to be a very simple stream. Just kind of chilling, like I say, kind of a watch party. We could watch Trump. I'm just really interested in what he's going to have to say, to be quite honest. And then it might be it. I bought two of these. It's the first time I've drank since whenever it was I drank last on stream. I would say at least a week or two ago, since I had anything to drink. Only about two because, like, if I get three of those, man, I'm just dragging ass the next day. I swear, I just can't seem to handle my booze the way I used to. I don't recover as quickly. Takes a lot out of me, a lot out of my body. You know what I'm saying? Damn it. Let me see hey, bro. Whoops. Some of the chat is missing here. Oh. Had to drag your dick out to watch the stream, huh? All right, Don Julio. Good on you there, little buddy. Good on you. I hope you pull out, bro. I don't want you becoming Daddy Don Julio. Fuck. Last thing the world needs. Think of all the hookers you will be able to get, Don Julio. If you had a child by a hooker, you'd have to be buying diapers and formula, baby formula. So Trump is supposed to be starting like right now. He's supposed to be starting 9 o'clock Eastern time, so it's 6 o'clock Pacific. It is 6 o'clock right now. So when he comes on, I will just sit back, relax, and watch the show. I think they're calling this an emergency address to the nation. Now I hear it says Trump delivers an address to the nation, so maybe not. I'm sure you guys can see that on screen. Can you guys see the chat? And I'll take a look here in my YouTube app on my phone. Oh yeah, can't see the chat directly behind me. I may just maximize the speech when it jumps off. 12,000 people waiting, or 24,000 people. Man, what the hell? Why is it that so many more people are watching Trump instead of me? What the? Bruh, what has Trump got on me? Fanny Vodka Willis was live today. She's like a cottonmouth snake. Fat Fanny. You know, Fanny means pussy over in England. That's what they refer to a pussy as, is a fanny. One of many names. One of many names. Maybe he's going to tell us we can take out illegals on site. Maybe. Or Muslims. God, man, I've been learning so much on Islam and that whole religion.
In America, 11 months ago, I inherited a mess, and I'm fixing it. When I took office, inflation was the worst in 48 years, and some would say in the history of our country, which caused prices to be higher than ever before, making life unaffordable for millions and millions of Americans. This happened during a Democrat administration, and it's when we first began hearing the word affordability. Our border was open, and because of this, our country was being invaded by an army of 25 million people, many who came from prisons and jails, mental institutions, and insane asylums. They were drug dealers, gang members, and even 11,888 murderers, more than 50% of whom killed more than one person. This is what the Biden administration allowed to happen to our country, and it can never be allowed to happen again. We had men playing in women's sports, transgender for everybody, crime at record levels with law enforcement, and words such as that just absolutely forbidden. We had the worst trade deals ever made, and our country was laughed at from all over the world but they're not laughing anymore. Over the past 11 months, we have brought more positive change to Washington than any administration in American history. There's never been anything like it, and I think most would agree. I was elected in a landslide, winning the popular vote and all 7 swing states and everything else, with a mandate to take on a sick and corrupt system that really just took the wealth from people and crushed the dreams of the American people. For the last 4 years, the United States was ruled by politicians who fought only for insiders, illegal aliens, career criminals, corporate lobbyists, prisoners, terrorists, and above all, foreign nations, which took advantage of us at levels never seen before. They flooded your cities and towns with illegal aliens. They decimated your hard-earned savings. They indoctrinated your children with hate for America. They just released a level of violent felons that we had never seen to prey on innocent. They caused war. They caused mayhem. They caused a horrible situation all over the globe. But now you have a president who fights for the law-abiding, hardworking people of our country, the ones who make this nation run, who make this nation work. And after just 1 year, we have achieved more than anyone could have imagined. Starting on day one, I took immediate action to stop the invasion of our southern border. For the past 7 months, 0 illegal aliens have been allowed into our country, a feat which everyone said was absolutely impossible. Do you remember when Joe Biden said that he needed Congress to pass legislation to help close the border? He was always blaming Congress and everyone else. As it turned out, we didn't need legislation. We just needed a new president. We inherited the worst border anywhere in the world, and we quickly turned it into the strongest border in the history of our country. In other words, in a few short months, we went from worst to best. We're deporting criminals, restoring safety to our most dangerous cities. Just take a look at Washington, D.C. It's at levels of safety that we've never seen before. And they decimated the bloodthirsty foreign drug cartels. We did that all by ourselves with our people, and we're so proud of it because they were poisoning and destroying our population. Drugs brought in by ocean and by sea are now down 94.
I did their little poll down there, texting
Sinister
down to
woke
45470. They only asked one question.
Over those schools is back now in the hands of our great and loving states where education belongs. After rebuilding the United States military in my first term, and with the addition we are adding right now, we have the most powerful military anywhere in the world, and it's not even close. I've restored American strength, settled 8 wars in 10 months, destroyed the Iran nuclear threat, and ended the war in Gaza, bringing for the first time in 3,000 years peace to the Middle East, and secured the release of the hostages, both living and dead. Here at home, we're bringing our economy back from the brink of ruin. The last administration and their allies in Congress looted our Treasury for trillions of dollars, driving up prices and everything at levels never seen before. I am bringing those high prices down.
I hope he gets right to it really quick because, I didn't tune in to listen to him blow smoke up his ass. I thought maybe he was going to have something of value here to say. Every time he speaks, usually it's the exact same fucking shit. So I'm going to kind of stay quiet and let him speak, though, and see if we hear anything
coming down and coming down fast. Democrat politicians also sent the cost of groceries soaring, but we are solving that, too. The price of a Thanksgiving turkey was down 33% compared to the Biden last year. The price of eggs is down 82% since March, and everything else is falling rapidly. And it's not done yet, but boy, are we making progress. Nobody can believe what's going on. Here are just some of the efforts that we have underway. You will see in your wallets and bank accounts in the new year. After years of record-setting falling incomes, our policies are boosting take-home pay at a historic pace. Under Biden, real wages plummeted by $3,000. Under Trump, the typical factory worker has seen a wage increase of $1,300. For construction workers, it's $1,800. For miners, we're bringing back clean, beautiful coal. It's $3,300. And for the first time in years, wages are rising much faster than inflation. Remember that. The wage is just...
I think he's getting an early jump on the midterm elections here in 2026. They really got to start hammering on how they're improving the economy. Otherwise, the Republicans are probably going to take a pounding. So he's,
have
you
been
know,
in
got
the
to
private sector.
Think
of that. 100% of all jobs have been in the private sector rather than government, which is the only way to make a country powerful and great. This historic trend will continue. Already, I've secured a record-breaking $18 trillion of investment into the United States, which means jobs, wage increases, growth, factory openings, and far greater national
I remember
security.
before I left and went to New Mexico, it cost $16.50 for an 18-pack of eggs. I can go to Walmart
which for many
now,
decades have been used successfully by other countries against us, but not anymore.
So that's a big
Companies
difference,
know that
we
if
need
they
more
build
than
in
just
America,
eggs
there
to
are
go
no
down.
tariffs. And that's why they're coming home to the USA in record numbers. They're building factories and plants at levels we haven't seen, AI, automobiles. We're doing what nobody thought was even possible, not even remotely possible. There has never, frankly, been anything like it. 1 year ago, our country was dead. We were absolutely dead. Our country was ready to fail, totally failed. Now, we're the hottest country anywhere in the world, and that's said by every single leader that I've spoken to over the last 5 months. Next year, you will also see the results of the largest tax cuts in American history that were really accomplished through our great, big, beautiful bill, perhaps the most sweeping legislation ever passed in Congress. We wrapped 12 different bills up into one beautiful bill. That includes no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security for our great seniors. Under these cuts, many families will be saving between $11,000 and $20,000 a year, and next spring is projected to be the largest tax refund season of all time. Because of tariffs, along with the just passed One Big Beautiful Bill, tonight I am also proud to announce that more than 1,450,000, think of this, 1,450,000 military service members will receive a special, we call Warrior Dividend before Christmas, a Warrior Dividend. In honor of our nation's founding in 1776, we are sending every soldier $1,776. Think of that. And the checks are already on the way. Nobody understood that one until about 30 minutes ago. We made a lot more money than anybody thought because of tariffs, and the bill helped us along. Nobody deserves it more than our military, and I say congratulations to everybody. And by the way, we now have record enlistment in our military, and last year we had among the worst recruitment numbers in our military's history. What a difference a year makes.
Throwing out rebate checks, you know, and file your taxes. The military, he's really got to drum up the base because he's been losing his support so badly.
Drugs. I negotiated directly with the drug companies and foreign nations, which were taking advantage of our country for many decades, to slash prices on drugs and pharmaceuticals by as much as 400, 500, and even 600%. In other words, your drug costs will be plummeting downward, and I used the threat of tariffs to get foreign countries who would never have done it to pay the cost of this giant dollar reduction. They stopped ripping us off, and it began as of 4 days ago. There has never been anything like this in the history of our country. Drugs have only gone up, but now they'll be going down by numbers never conceived possible. It's called Most Favored Nation, and no president has ever had the courage or ability to get this done until now. The first of these
Really get sick and tired
unprecedented
of
price
every time
reductions
I
will be
hear him
available
talk.
starting
He
in
repeats
January
the
through
same
a
talking
new
points
website,
over and over and over.
TrumpRx.gov. And these big
It's
price
like, come
cuts
on,
will
man.
greatly reduce the
You're
cost of health
dressing the
care.
nation. The
I'm
nation
also
has heard
taking on
all
the
this shit you're
gigantic
spewing
health
except
insurance
for that
companies that have gotten rich on
$1,776
billions
going
of
to the
dollars
service
of money
members.
that should go directly
But
to the people.
it's the
The
same
money
shit.
should
Come
go
on,
to
bro.
the
Come
people.
on.
That's you. So they can buy their own health insurance, which will give far better benefits at much lower cost. It will be far better health insurance. The current Unaffordable Care Act was created to make insurance companies rich. It was bad health care at much too high a cost, and you see that now in the steep increase in premiums being demanded by the Democrats, and they are demanding those increases, and it's their fault. It is not the Republicans' fault. It's the Democrats' fault. It's the Unaffordable Care Act, and everybody knew it. Again, I want the money to go directly to the people so you can buy your own health care. You'll get much better health care at a much lower price. The only losers will be insurance companies that have gotten rich and the Democrat Party, which is totally controlled by those same insurance companies. They will not be happy, but that's okay with me because you, the people, are finally going to be getting great health care at a lower cost. Another major focus is the cost of energy. For years, the radical left Democrats exploited the green energy scam as an excuse to funnel many billions of dollars into their own massive slush funds as their energy restrictions drastically drove up prices, and they drove them up at record levels. Electricity costs surged 30 to 100% under Biden, and the typical family lost $5,000 to $10,000 in higher energy costs. Think of that, $5,000 to $10,000 you lost. On day one, I declared a national energy emergency. Gasoline is now under $2.50 a gallon in much of the country. In some states, it, by the way, just hit $1.99 a gallon. And within the next 12 months, we will have opened 1,600 new electrical generating plants, a record, and it's a record that won't be beaten by practically, I would say, by anybody, or certainly not very soon. Prices on electricity and everything else will fall dramatically. The Democrat inflation disaster, again, the worst in the history of our country, also robbed millions of Americans of home ownership and indeed the American dream. The yearly cost of a typical
administration bashes the
by
last one.
$15,000
That last
under
administration
Democrat
was
rule.
the other party.
In 11 months, we've already gotten that annual cost down by $3,000, and it's coming down a lot lower. Wait till you see. The numbers are going to be shocking, and I'll soon announce our next chairman of the Federal Reserve, someone who believes in lower interest rates by a lot, and mortgage payments will be coming down even further. Early the new year, and you will see this, in the new year I will announce some of the most aggressive housing reform plans in American history. A major factor in driving up housing costs was the colossal border invasion. We have never been invaded. This is the worst thing that, frankly, in my opinion, the worst thing that the Biden administration did to our country is the invasion at the border. The last administration and their allies in Congress brought in millions and millions of migrants and gave them taxpayer-funded housing while your rent and housing costs skyrocketed. Over 60% of growth in the rental market came from foreign migrants. At the same time, illegal aliens stole American jobs.
American companies had bought that oil,
free health care and
Maduro,
education paid for by you, the American taxpayer.
We're not giving you
They
what you
also
bought.
increased the cost of law enforcement by numbers so high that they are not even to be mentioned. For the first time in 50 years, we are now seeing reverse migration as migrants go back home, leaving more housing and more jobs for Americans. In the year before my election, all net creation of jobs was going to foreign migrants. Since I took office, 100% of all net job
Bill Clinton
creation
is
has
supposed to
gone to
testify in front of Congress
American-born
tomorrow, and
citizens,
then the next day,
100%.
before
In
the
the end,
Epstein files are
government
supposed to be
either
released,
serves
Hillary
the
is supposed to
productive,
testify
patriotic,
in front of
hardworking
Congress.
American
So
citizen, or it
2
serves
days from
those
now,
who break
Epstein
the laws,
files. Will we
cheat the
see more than
system,
what we've
and
already
seek power
seen?
and profit at
I
the
think
expense
everybody
of
doubts that.
our nation. Look at Minnesota, where Somalians have taken over the economics of the state and have stolen billions and billions of dollars from Minnesota and indeed from the United States of America. And we're going to put an end to it. For so long as before my election, the vast majority of good and decent Americans were forced to watch as corrupt politicians plundered the halls of power, exploited our taxpayers, and pillaged every system that makes civilized society function. But not anymore, and you see that every day, not anymore. We're putting America first, and we are making America great again. Very simple. We are making America great again. Tonight, after 11 months, our border is secure. Inflation is stopped. Wages are up. Prices are down. Our nation is strong. America is respected, and our country is back, stronger than ever before. We're poised for an economic boom, the likes of which the world has never seen. Soon we will host the World Cup and the Olympics, both of which I got. But most importantly, we will celebrate the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. There could be no more fitting tribute to this epic milestone than to complete the comeback of America that began just 1 year ago. When the world looks at us next year, let them see a nation that is loyal to its citizens, faithful to its workers, confident to its identity, certain to its destiny, and the envy of the entire globe. We are respected again like we have never been respected before. To each and every one of you, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. God bless you all.
That's it? Wow. Wow. I tuned in for that, for him to just repeat himself. We've all heard this shit before. It's the same bullshit. I think what that was all about was just about, you know, telling us how the economy has gotten so much better. I think pretty much everybody would agree that the economy, as far as your normal Americans, have not seen the economy get better and grow. Everybody has seen prices remain the same, which is high, except for I had mentioned eggs, and gas has gone down. I mean, shit, I in Albuquerque before I left, I think one of the last prices I paid was $2.35 a gallon. But out here in California, prices haven't changed one bit, man. Like I think the last time I filled up was $4.59, and that was like 20 cents less than any other place because it was, I'm sure, cheap gas. Probably got some water in it or some shit. But pretty much everywhere you go, it's like $4.79 out here in California. But that is also because of California laws and taxes. They tax the most money for roads and all other bullshit that they don't fix the roads. They take our tax money and have been giving it to illegal aliens. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Anyways, let's address Gone with the Kill because she has brought this up many times. We've been demoted. Where's my rent? Oh my god! I don't want fucking moderator. I don't need moderators on this channel. I don't know how many mods I took away, how many wrenches I took away, but it's like, I don't stream enough. People come on here and, they don't do anything that a moderator normally would. I can do everything that a moderator can and still stream, so I can do it all by myself. Thank you very much. Thank you for your service. I will not be sending out $1,776 checks to you, though. I hear that those tax rebates are supposed to be paid out on this year's tax returns. So file your taxes. Get your money. Get your money. They say it all depends upon how much money you made also throughout the years. So I haven't seen any details on like cut off earnings. You know, if you make too much, you won't get the rebate or whatever. I did hear that there was going to be a cutoff amount. I think I actually did hear what that cutoff amount was, but I honestly I don't remember. Jimmy make dinner. I haven't made dinner. I actually just went down to the liquor store. I got me two of these things here. Bought my mom an ice cream bar, a Snickers ice cream bar. Those things are good. I didn't get one for myself though. Just alcohol. This is the first drink I've had probably in at least a week or two. Whenever the last time I drank it, it was here live on stream. I really haven't had the desire. I almost didn't buy this either, but I knew I was going to be streaming, and for some reason, there was just something in me saying, "Oh, get a drink, man." It was that little devil up on my shoulders. "Oh, just get a drink, bro. Who cares? Who cares? It's fine. You'll be fine, bro. You'll be fine." Captain Coke, welcome to the stream. Have a bong hit. That's something else. I haven't done any weed since I've been out here in California. The weed is still sitting right over there in my closet. I may buy a robotic sex doll on Temu. I've seen some of those robotic dolls, not sex dolls, but we already have a birth rate problem here within the United States and other places around the world. Now they're going to flood everybody's homes with sex dolls. Nobody's going to be fucking. Nobody's going to be procreating. There's going to be no babies. I feel sorry for the much younger generation who's going to have no one to take care of them when they get old. They're going to have no social security or anything to fall back upon. So they're going to be fucked. I honestly think, everybody says Biden has brought in all these people from around the world, illegal aliens and such. Uh, People believe because they're trying to stack the vote and keep Democrats in power. I believe that to be true, but I also kind of think maybe it's because of our low birth rate. We need to bring people in, get them to work and have some taxpayers, have them paying into Social Security, keep the Ponzi scheme going. We got to keep that going because otherwise everybody's fucked. Everybody's fucked. I should have more kids. I couldn't imagine having more kids, but honestly, if I were to have more kids, I don't think it'd be with an American woman. I think I'd probably go overseas. Go overseas for sure. Find me a girlfriend, Vietnam. Love me long time. Long time. I'd get them pregnant, and then I'd be like, "Okay, I gotta go home. I'll be back real soon. Promise." No. God, I couldn't imagine getting another girl pregnant. I really don't want any more kids. I still like sex. Kind of like Don Julio. Don Julio with the $1. Man, I'm gonna get rich off of Don Julio's dollar bills coming in. $1 bills. Thank you very much, Don Julio. Why does everyone have numbers after their name? That's a YouTube thing. You can go into your YouTube studio and change that. You can change your screen name and remove those letters and numbers after your name. Uh, if someone already hasn't taken that name, I forget what they call that new name. You do the at symbol and whatever your name is, such as at Ruby Rock. You could go in a YouTube studio, delete the 7188. It wouldn't change your channel name in any way, but that at Ruby Rock 7188 would just turn into at Ruby Rock if nobody else has that name. Is Andy still blocked? Who's Andy? Jimmy, tell Chad about that moron Suspendus, whose wife. No, nobody really cares about Suspendus' wife. Captain Coke with $1. God damn, I'm gonna be a millionaire before I know it. You guys better slow down, bro. You better slow down, cause I don't want you guys giving me so much money that I don't get my $2,000 rebate from Trump. Yeah, just be Ruby Rock. I just told Ruby how to do it. I guess she's not listening to me. Yeah, Suspenders is still streaming in Thailand. I seen him recently, but he was on a scooter or something going somewhere, and I just tuned out. I've never really watched him, never been a big fan. Yeah, Ronnie Braun, what's happening? I never look at my YouTube account, Jimmy. Well, I don't know if you're on your phone or whatever, but if you click on your, let me see if I can show you here on my phone. I know you use Apple, so let me just minimize this here. So, like on Android in the YouTube app, if I want, actually, you couldn't get there from here. You would actually have to go to, here's the address if you guys all want to do it. You open up a browser and go to studio.youtube.com. Actually, would you get there from there? You probably can, but I don't know immediately where you would go within the YouTube studio to change it. But I do know if you go to your YouTube channel, so let me see, I'm on my, oh, I can't see it. Oh, yeah, here. So I'm in the app and I see a little pencil icon up here. I'm sure that will be to edit your YouTube account. And there we go. So, oh, it's called a handle. Can you guys see that there? I don't know if you guys can see it. It says handle. If you edit that, that is where you can take away those numbers and the letters. So again, how did I get there? I went to my YouTube page in the YouTube app, and I clicked on the little pencil to edit my page. Did it change? Yeah, it did. So, but if you're on a computer, you can do the same thing. You go to your YouTube page. You should see, if you've got any videos up there, there's two buttons. I think one says manage videos, the other one says edit channel or something to that effect. Actually, here, I'll show you. If I go, move this out of the way, I'll go to my page, view your channel. Yeah, manage videos, customize channel. So I hit customize channel, just scroll down here. There's my YouTube channel name, and this is your handle. This is the thing that has all the letters and numbers after it. If you just delete them and leave whatever your channel name is, and then hit publish up in the right hand corner, you will see the difference. You might actually need to refresh the page here if you're going to leave the stream open and do that. Let me, I guess we can do this. Shit. So what else has it? Yeah, that's a bummer about that. Is if somebody else has already got it, you're kind of fucked. How's the new channel going? I keep looking for your streams in my feed from it. I have not been doing any live streams or videos over there. I kind of made the channel because I was like gung ho, where I thought that if I made this new channel, that was really gonna give me some kind of motivation to start streaming or making videos over on that channel. But I gotta be honest, I've just really lost the desire to stream or create content. Because honestly, I guess I just don't give a fuck anymore. I just don't care. This doesn't mean anything to me really anymore. You know, the channel is not what it once was. The support is not what it once was. Viewership is really down, blah, blah, blah. So I'm just like, fuck it. You know, maybe I've got the channel made, it's there, it's existing, and maybe someday I will begin to upload over there. But maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know. I just kind of feel like I've got better things to do with my time than to get onto YouTube. Captain Coke with a K. Now everybody's going to say you're the fake Captain Coke. And I think you can only change your name like once every 2 weeks or 30 days, something like that. So now you're stuck with a K. Captain Coke with a K. Some people spread goodwill and tidings in the Christmas season. Don Julio only spreads VDs. Oh, damn. WW. WW. I thought you'd like Don Julio. Uh, what better things have I been doing? Watching porn. No, nothing really in particular. I haven't done shit, to be quite honest. I've been spending all my time here at the house. I do a lot of shit here for my mom. Uh, and besides that, I just, I don't know. It doesn't even matter if I'm doing anything. I could be doing nothing. And it just feels good to do nothing. Not to be, on here, um, streaming to people that I'll probably never know, you know, never see. I have no idea who you guys are. Uh, I'll never meet you. We'll never hang out. Uh, and yeah, it just, I don't know. It just seems like, hmm, you know, why bother? Why bother? We should all split the cost on a Sword subscription to make full length Sword Jimi videos. So negative tonight. No, I'm not negative. There's nothing negative about it. It's just the plain facts. You know, I've what made most of the people that I've met. Well, I don't know. I've only met a very bare minimum of people from YouTube. One was a screaming fucking lunatic. Then there's Road Trip Eddie. He's cool. I mean, he's probably the coolest motherfucker I've actually met and hung out with and had no issues with. But everybody else, man, what the fuck, bro? What the fuck? Yeah, I've met a number of people that, but most of the people that I meet are usually in passing. They're more like acquaintances. I mean, in my early days of streaming, there were the people I met, say, whoever, whoever from CX, those were just acquaintances. They weren't friends. And yeah, and the people that there's so many lunatics that follow me and shit. It's like, why would I? I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to keep doing this for what? For what? I need a gold Four Loco. No, I bought one more of these, which feels like I'm about 2/3 of the way through this. Them Four Locos, man, those are nothing but like a guaranteed hangover. What happened to the guy in San Diego? Well, you're talking about Luke that I lived with in Rosarito. He was a good guy, but then again, I don't see him anymore either because, well, for one, he's moved to Miami, so I don't see him. He pops in here though. He leaves comments on my channel, like if I post something on the community tab, and he joins us here in the live streams. Luke was a great guy as well, for sure. Um, then there was Raiden, who was also from Mexico. Well, call it whatever you want. He lived in Mexico, but of course, I probably spent more time with Raiden in San Diego than I did in Mexico. But I don't know. I don't really talk to him anymore either. He pops in here. Usually, he's here nearly every stream. In fact, I think he was in here at the very beginning. Let me see if I seen his name. I thought he was. He now goes under some other name. Oh shit, 10 Draft Deep was in here. Oh, there he is. This is Raiden these days. That's Raiden. Why do you need a stimulus check, Don Julio, if you make too much? Yeah, actually, yeah, the amount of money that Don Julio has told me that he makes and told all of us that he makes, he probably will not get that stimulus check or that rebate. Anyways, Raid was a good guy too. Sure. You sent it down now? Let me check. Let me look at my OBS. I might not. Yeah, I don't have that set up. Let me add that, and then I will play your dono. Creator dashboard. Oh, this is it right here. I think this is browser. Let me cancel that. Let's rename this to TTS. Alright, let me move this down yonder.
Don Julio, the king of all the pussy in Tijuana, sent $6. That's right, I am unstoppable. I will always be around. Top dog #1 on this channel. Don't you fuckers forget it. Talk all your shit, I don't care. I'm getting all the good pussy. You're not stuck at home with the fucked up relationship, you guys. Ha ha.
Thank you very much, Don Julio.
Somebody say, hey, we want some pussy.
Girls behind, but every time it came to me, I was shit out of luck because I stick my dick in and it would get stuck. The girls would say stop, I say I'm not. That's enough, I quit cause y'all are busting me out. I say girls don't hide it, just divide it, and please don't knock it until you've tried it. So to all of you bitches and all you hoes, let's have group sex and do the Rambo.
Everybody say, hey, we want some pussy. Hey, we want some pussy. Everybody say, hey, we want some pussy. Hey, we want some pussy.
I'm the Peter Piper of the 19 the show, I'll look at you and you will look at me with my dick in my hands as you fall to your knees. You know what to do, cause I won't say please. Just nibble on my dick like a rat does cheese.
Everybody say, hey, we want some pussy. Hey, we want some pussy. Everybody say, hey, we want some pussy. Hey, we want some pussy. Somebody say, hey, we want some pussy. Hey, we want some pussy. Everybody say, hey, we want some pussy.
Thank you very much, Don Julio.
It said he sent $3. Cheers. Drink up. And smoke up.
I need destruction. I want towers to crumble. Mothers tossing babies from the windows above. Who would want to wake up if this is their world? Who would want to wake up if this is their world? I need destruction. I want towers to crumble. Mothers tossing babies from the windows above. Who would want to wake up if this is their world? Who would want to wake up if this is their world?
Wednesday, baby.
I won't repent. This is what I was sent here for. No reason to ask forgiveness. Pain is a language that was spoken to me, and now it's my time to answer.
Jam Donut sent $3.
Big Jam Donut.
Jimmy, 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 Jimmy. Jimmy, 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 Jimmy. 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 Jimmy, 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 Jimmy. Jimmy, Jimmy, Jimmy. Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Jimmy, 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 Jimmy. Jimmy.
Know that Eddie will sing.
Jimmy.
Marilyn Manson.
Jimmy, 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 Jimmy. Jimmy, 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 Jimmy. 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 Jimmy, 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 Jimmy.
Aussie Wolfhound sent $6 an oldie but still a goldie.
Aussie Wolfhound. Yeah, bruh. I got 3 followers. Whoop.
Folks, I'd like to sing a song about the American dream. About me. About you. About the way our American hearts beat way down in the bottom of our chests. About that special feeling we get in the cockles of our hearts. Maybe below the cockles. Maybe in the subcockle area. Maybe in the liver. Maybe in the kidneys. Maybe even in the colon. We don't know. I'm just a regular Joe with a regular job. I'm your average white suburbanite slob. I like football and porno and books about war. I got an average house with a nice hardwood floor, my wife and my job, my kids and my car, my feet on my table, and a Cuban cigar. But sometimes that just ain't enough to keep a man like me interested. Oh no, no way. No, I've gotta go out and have fun at someone else's expense. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I drive really slow in the ultra fast lane while people behind me are going insane. I'm an asshole, yo, 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 yo. I'm an asshole, yo, buddy, yo, buddy, yo. I use public toilets and I piss on the seat. I walk. I'm an asshole, yo, 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 yo. I'm an asshole, yo, buddy, yo, buddy, yo. Sometimes I park in handicapped spaces while handicapped people make handicapped faces. I'm an asshole, yo, 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 yo. I'm an asshole, yo, yo, yo. Maybe I shouldn't be singing this song, ranting and raving and carrying on. Maybe they're right when they tell me I'm wrong. Nah, I'm an asshole, yo, 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 yo. I'm an asshole. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get myself a 1967 Cadillac Eldorado convertible, hot pink with whale skin hubcaps and all leather cow interior and big brown baby seal eyes for headlights. Yeah! And I'm gonna drive around in that baby at 115 miles per hour, getting 1 mile per gallon, sucking down quarter-pounder cheeseburgers from McDonald's in the old-fashioned, non-biodegradable styrofoam containers. And when I'm done sucking down those greaseball burgers, I'm gonna wipe my mouth with the American flag, and then I'm gonna toss the styrofoam containers right out the side, and there ain't a goddamn thing anybody can do about it. You know why? Because we got the bombs. That's why. 2 words: nuclear fucking weapons. Okay? Russia, Germany, Romania, they can have all the democracy they want. They can have a big democracy cakewalk right through the middle of Tiananmen Square, and it won't make a lick of difference because we got the bombs. Okay? John Wayne's not dead. He's frozen. And as soon as we find a cure for cancer, we're gonna thaw out the Duke, and he's gonna be pretty pissed off. You know why? Have you ever taken a cold shower? We'll multiply that by 15 million times. That's how pissed off the Duke's gonna be. I'm gonna get the Duke and John Cassavetes and Lee Marvin and Sam Peckinpah and a case of whiskey and drive down to Texas.
Hey, you know, you really are an asshole.
Why don't you just shut up and sing the song, pal? I'm an asshole,
Comes under a
It's
June name.
Eddie sent $3 thumbs up fuckers, and all you motherfuckers too.
Yeah, thumbs up. Help a brother out.
We need your help. I'm talking, of course, about extremism and extremist ideology. Views and conduct run counter to everything, which can actually tear at the fabric of who we are as an institution. We need your help. We need your help.
Thank you very much. Road trip. Audio devices. Let me turn this one off. Turn off, bitch. Don't know train, yeah, for sure. This shit isn't turning off. What the fuck? Maybe if I disconnect it here. Disconnect.
Power on.
So this should appear. Let's try this. There it is. This speaker's better, but it's a little bit blown. Let's check the volume. Actually, no.
It's Eddie sent $3 thumbs up fuckers, and all you motherfuckers too.
We need your help. I'm talking, of course, about extremism and extremist ideology. Views and conduct run counter to everything which can actually tear at the fabric of who we are as an institution. We need your help. We need your help.
Once again, road trip Eddie. Let me throw in a micro dinner from Mom's. She sent me some chicken and dumplings. Hell no, I ain't fucking doing a mass unban. Why the fuck would I do that? So you could say, oh, look, see, Jimmy, you can't do this all by yourself without moderators. Give me that wrench back. Fuck all that shit, man. You bring all those assholes back. Gone for a reason. Yeah, I don't need to bring back a bunch of fucking douchebags. Get enough douchebags on here as it is. Thank you very much. Sounds fine, you don't need an external speaker, but the people were complaining, saying that they couldn't hear me when there was shit playing. That's why I hooked up the external speaker. I would love to bury my schlong in Kel's fart box for Christmas. Oh, Don Julio, your never dying love for Kale has gotten you nowhere, bro. You're just gonna have to stick with the hookers, bro. You're just gonna have to stick with the hookers, because I don't think Kale is giving in to your love advances, bro. Just sent your friend a 1984 MTV contest, Quiet Riot, Merry Christmas or something. I'll send it's hilarious commercial. I like me some Quiet Riot. Merry Christmas or something. Let's bring some spice in. That sounds better on my system. Jimmy, can you delete DJ's nasty comments about Kale? Oh, why don't we just have like a normal YouTube chat? You guys can all talk shit to each other. You guys can use the magic tools that are made available to you through YouTube. There's that thing called Block. Hacksaw Jim Duggan. I got this shit for holding up the blinds, man, so I can let some window or some light in. Too bad. I thought it'd also be good for handling prowlers and shit. You sent it. Oh, there it is. It just came in. Should play. If not, I will hit that replay button. It does not look like it's going to play. Let's go with the replay. Whoops. Come on, bitch. Okay, if it's not going to play, I'll play it manually. Why that is. Did I accidentally turn off the widget? No. Alright, I'll manually play it. MTV Metal Christmas, 1984. Really loud.
You have some house guests? No more silent nights for you. Santa knows when you've been naughty, and he knows when you've been nice, and he knows when you need an MTV Metal Christmas.
It's MTV's heaviest Christmas contest. You win, and Quiet Riot comes to your house on December 25th with a mountain of Techniques equipment. I'm Donna, I'm Blitzen, I'm Carlos Camazo, I'm Rudy, I'm Frankie, I'm Kevin DeBro.
We'll be part of your family for all of Christmas Day. So let your neighbors feel some Yuletide noise.
And these wise men will be bearing gifts. A complete line of Technique stereo equipment, enough to build your own media room, including compact disc player, Stereoplex TV AM FM receiver, and Quartz direct drive cassette deck, all from Techniques. Of course, you'll get a collection of compact discs, including Quiet Riot. So if this is your idea of a family holiday, send your postcard to MTV Metal Christmas, P.O. Box 1211, Radio City Station, New York, 10101.
Quiet Riot is coming to your house on December 25th.
Hey, can I enter too? All my wife ever gives me for Christmas is shaving cream.
Shaving cream? Did he say shaving cream? Ho, 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 headbangers.
Well, thank you very much, Captain Coke. Could you imagine Kevin DeBro showing up at your house on Christmas Day with a big, large pile of Coke? It most definitely would be a white Christmas if Kevin DeBro was there.
Captain Coke sent $3 old MTV contest.
You have some house guests?
No more silent nights for you. Santa knows when you've been naughty, and he knows when you've been nice, and he knows when you need an MTV Metal Christmas.
It's MTV's heaviest Christmas contest. You win, and Quiet Riot comes to your house on December 25th with a mountain of Techniques equipment. I'm Donna, I'm Blitzen, I'm Carlos Camazo, I'm Rudy, I'm Frankie, I'm Kevin DeBro.
We'll be part of your family for all of Christmas Day. So let your neighbors feel some Yuletide noise.
And these wise men will be bearing gifts. A complete line of Technique stereo equipment, enough to build your own media room, including compact disc player, Stereoplex TV AM FM receiver, and Quartz direct drive cassette deck, all from Techniques. Of course, you'll get a collection of compact discs, including Quiet Riot. So if this is your idea of a family holiday, send your postcard to MTV Metal Christmas, P.O. Box 1211, Radio City Station, New York, New York 10101.
Quiet Riot is coming to your...
I'm back pretty much for the duration of the stream. Yeah, Kevin DeBro, didn't he die of a coke overdose, if I remember correctly? He was big time into the coke. I was big time into Quiet Riot back in the day when that video must have come out. I don't remember that video, but yeah, of course, everybody at that age, at that day and age, was watching MTV, and I most certainly was a metalhead. Yeah, that was Rudy Sarzo. No, not Randy Rhoads. That was Carlos. I forget his name, honestly. But I do know his first name was Carlos. Oh, she's funny. What's her bed? She says we're looking. Who we talking about here? Ozzy Wolfhound. Paid $200 for a gram. It was that good. Bro, we didn't really get coke when we were down there in Puerto Vallarta. I think we only got it a couple of times, but I want to say that we never spent more than $25 on it, and it probably was like 3.5 grams. Probably it was super fucking cheap. It was not like 1980 prices at all, at least in the States. I haven't bought Coke in a long time. Well, obviously since Puerto Vallarta, but I don't know what the going price is on Coke. I imagine it must be getting really expensive now that Donald Trump has locked down the border. Buy a bottle of booze with this money. No, man. Shit, I told you, bro. I'm barely drinking, hardly drinking ever at all anymore. In fact, the only time I'm drinking is on stream. That's why I say the last time I drank was whatever it was that I drank on stream. Like, what? I think it was closer to 2 weeks ago, but I don't know. Oh, you're talking about vegan and her bed sheets. I was listening only for about 5 minutes to Victoria J, a restream or a replay of her stream. She was talking about how vegan has left Sacramento, so she has left that guy Purple's house and moved on. Apparently, she is not streaming hardly ever nowadays, but she's still out there writing novels on her community tab. But who really cares? Except for WW. Nothing better than doing a line of coke looking outside a heavy snowfall in the morning. Bruh. Heavy snowfall. What? You're looking at making any New Year's resolutions? No, hell no. I stopped doing that years ago. Never follow through with anything. What's the point? What's the point, bro? Who needs to wait until the new year? You could just, if you want to make a change, you could make it today. Oh, I don't know. Can you guys? I don't know if you guys can see this. I posted this somewhere. I might have posted this in my community tab today. Doesn't look like you can see that. I think I opened up a browser. Whatever. Hey, what the fuck, man? Let's see, let's try this. Getting kind of hot here. Oh no. I posted about her. She only got 4 thumbs up. I don't know how many of you guys seen this video of this dumb slunt right here. This nurse on the left. She goes into a Target. This woman, I think she's like 72 years old. She's working in a Target, doing her job, and the fucking dumb bitch on the left comes into Target and starts harassing her and berating her because she's wearing a Charlie Kirk Freedom T-shirt with the American flag on it, saying, that she's gonna go above her head. She's, talking like she's gonna get her fired and calling her racist and all the stupid libtard fucking talking point bullshit. Just being a dumb fucking cunt, man. And that little old lady, she's just trying to be as sweet as can be, just do her job, just say, okay, well, you can think whatever you want. Have a nice day. And she walks away from her to go do her job. And anyways, this dumb bitch on the left goes and posts her video. I guess I heard that it had over 1 million likes of her berating this old woman in Target as she's doing her job for wearing a T-shirt because she's talking shit, calling Charlie Kirk a racist. Obviously knows nothing, absolutely nothing about Charlie Kirk. She's just echoing what she's heard from all her other libtard friends. Anyway, she posted on social media, on TikTok is what I heard. I heard it had over 1 million likes. Well, somebody decided to create a Give, Send, Go account for this lady, or a fundraiser for this lady. And last I had checked, because I did donate to her, she was nearing $150,000. So let's see where that thing has gone to now. Now they've raised it to 200,000. She's up to $184,760. I think that's fucking great. At 72 years old, this woman doesn't need to be, work. Well, obviously she needs to work, otherwise she wouldn't be there in the first place. But maybe now that people all around America have donated to this Give, Send, Go fundraiser for this lady, maybe now she can retire and she doesn't have to put up with these libtard fucking idiot cunts coming in and calling her racist for wearing a Charlie Kirk T-shirt. That's the same shit that they were doing to me down at that No Kings event in Silver City. They seen my shirt and just start calling me names. And these fucking people, if they knew anything about that guy, Charlie Kirk, wouldn't be saying any of the things that they do. But, it doesn't matter if it's true or not. They got to be like, go team. Your team's bad. You're a racist. You're a fucking this, that, the other thing, because you're on the other side. They're totally clueless, have no idea about who or what they're talking about, but they'll scream it from the rooftops like they are 100% absolutely correct, and you are just fucking the lowest form of human that could ever walk the earth. And you just gotta kind of fucking laugh at them. But I hope that this lady, this old lady here, is now laughing in that bitch's face, saying, "Ha ha, who got the last laugh now, biatch? Who got the last laugh now?" That's right, Don Julio. Coke lasts about 10 minutes. It doesn't just last. I mean, that initial rush, about 10 minutes maybe. But mess, fuck, bruh. It would be going all day long. All day long. All night. Paul Donino, you're a subhuman scum. Okay, bruh. Okay. Okay. Boy, you're pretty intelligent. Here, get fucked. Oh, you're out of here, bro. You're out. See you. See you. Western society is, in general, is beyond repair right now. I tell you what, Western society needs to get its fucking shit together. That's for damn sure. You guys have heard me talk about this in the past. I've always kind of thought that this was like, this was planned. Like, there's definitely some people or some countries or some kind of sources with some serious money behind them that have helped usher in this demise of Western civilization. Uh, yeah, I think things are pretty fucked in Western civilization right now. There's no morals. Anything goes. It's like a godless society, nearly. Uh, but yeah, we need to get our shit together. Otherwise, yeah, I kind of feel like we're all fucked. I mean, the United States really is the last beacon of hope, the last beacon of freedom for around the world. Because if we go, what's to stop any of these people from, you know, uh, just taking over and sending us into a fucking living hell? And I tell you, if the Republicans don't get their fucking shit together, come the midterms, man, they lose the House, or whatever. Democrats start taking control again, we're fucked. We're fucked. Uh, Donald Trump's last 2 years have turned into a lame duck session. And I personally think at this point in time now that the Republican Party needs to pull that nuclear option, do away with the filibuster, just start busting out new laws, start straightening this shit out. I think a lot of people on the right are just like really disillusioned by what's been going on with the Trump administration over the last year. Everybody was hoping to see lots and lots of people getting arrested and facing charges for all the crimes that they've been committing against the United States and the people. And nothing is fucking getting done. And, I really don't give a fuck about the Epstein files, but I do. I mean, it's not my top priority. I know a lot of people have made it their top priority, but I would just, I would love to see fucking pedophiles face the consequences. It doesn't really matter if they're pedophiles or they're fucking doing treason against the United States. These fucking people that think they're above the law, that there's a law for us and a whole different law for them, they need to face consequences, man. Because I think we, the American people, have lost trust in the government, and the institutions that we put our trust into, it's all fucking lost because it is like a two-tier system. It's not just here in the United States. It's happening around the world. It's happening in England, happening in Australia, Germany, Sweden, France, you name it. Everywhere we look, it's a fucking disaster. Every Western culture, nearly, has turned into complete shithole, man. An absolute complete shithole. And it's getting worse, you know. We haven't seen the changes that we're hoping for. And, you know, fuck, man. Go nuclear. Fucking make something happen. Do something. We put you into office for a fucking reason. We want some changes. And if, man, you don't give us those changes, I fear that we are heading into some very dark ages coming soon to a country near you. Omar needs to be kicked out of this country and her bank account given back to the American taxpayers. Yeah, I agree. You know that fucking bitch has been doing all kinds of fraud, scandalous shit. I'm not just talking about all the fraud that's been going on up in Minneapolis. I heard that when she came into office. This may be wrong because I, heard it through the grapevine on the internet. But she basically come into office broke. Didn't have no money. Now she's worth $30 million in 5 years. From broke to 30 million. Wow. Wow. How I should go to her school of economics because she definitely knows how to make some cash. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there's a little something fucking funny going on there with that bitch. Well, not just her. There's a lot of them like that, and of course, they don't want to stop that insider trading. It's all about getting in there, getting into power, lining their pockets. Fuck you, fuck the country, fuck the people. I don't give a shit about you. As long as my wallet's fat, I don't give a shit about you guys. I'll tell you that I love you. You guys are my people, and I'm doing the work for you. That's not what they're fucking doing, man. That's not what I think. Everybody knows that. I think everybody knows that, man. Servants should not be millionaires. That is why it's corrupted. Yeah. What do they get paid? I think it's like $170,000 a year. She's been in there 5 years, and now she's worth 30 million. Maybe I should have paid attention more in math class, because I'm not quite sure how that adds up. 170 times 5. Yeah, I must say, yeah, I probably should go back to school. I don't know. Call me stupid if you will. I fucking bitch. Miss the walking streets, man. I don't walk anywhere anymore. Although I need to start walking. I've been thinking about getting out and exercising. Fucking Planet Fitness charged my bank account today. It's like, I was thinking maybe I'll cancel. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll get some exercise. Maybe I'll try and lose some weight. Maybe. She married a rich man. He's called Uncle Sam. Mugman voted for Trump 3 times, but he and his H-1 visas can suck a dick. LA Fitness better. They're all more expensive than Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness is only $25 a month. I never go to the fucking gym. The only time I've been going to the gym since I've had that gym membership is when I go there to take a shower. If I was living in the bushes down in San Diego or I was sleeping in my car in Albuquerque, the gym membership was for one thing and one thing only, taking a shower. It's worth it for me. I mean, just to have it to take a shower if you're living in your car or you're living on the streets, $25, have a place to go and take a shower, maybe take a crap or have a shave, brush your teeth, whatever, $25. Well worth it. Well worth it. Even if I didn't put it to use for working out, it is what it is. Vic Rattlehead, what's happening, bruh? My gym is $75 a month, and I never go. That's got to be the most expensive gym I've ever heard of, Cal. $75 a month. Holy crap! Where you won't ask. I'm sure you don't want to tell me. There's people watching, showing up at your gym. Probably even saying $75 a month is too much. People are now searching, Googling gyms in your area. Jimmy is an amazing person who always lands on his feet. He was living in a tent here and now owns a new car. Yeah, actually, it was like this month, so I think it was about a year ago, this time that I came back to my mother's house. I could have come back here. I didn't have to live on the streets. I didn't want to be here. I did not want to be here. And I said, yeah, I can get it together down there. I'll make shit happen, but I did not want to come up here. And so I did what I did, but yeah, that shit got old quick. Wasn't on the streets that long, 3-4 months maybe. I don't know, but it was kind of fun sometimes. Sometimes it kind of really fucking sucked. I gotta be honest. Flying Nick and TJ. Yeah, sure. I can still carry. I'm good. All right. It's the YMCA. No way. Do you pay $75 to go to the YMCA? Yeah, my father, when I was a kid, a very small kid, he used to go to the Glendale YMCA. I don't know if they had any kind of membership where you could go to any YMCA, but I remember going in Glendale, California, to the YMCA there. I think it was Glendale. And they had a really nice sized YMCA down there. They had like racquetball courts, a big Olympic sized pool, gym, and stuff like that. Place for gymnastics. My father did gymnastics as a kid, I guess. Do the whatever them rings were, the fucking bars, and he do flips and all that kind of shit. But anyways, he used to take me there as a small child, and mostly I remember the swimming pool and going to into the gymnastics area. But yeah. Anyways, I would have never, ever, ever in my entire life guessed the YMCA cost $75 a month. I would most certainly think the YMCA would have been one of them inexpensive type of places like Planet Fitness. Um, I haven't been in a YMCA in like forever. Forever. Honestly, that YMCA, that exact same YMCA, when I turned into a teenager, I used to go there every summer, get hired to go to Camp Fox on Catalina Island, work for the summer or a couple of weeks or whatever, go over there and whatever, wash dishes or something. And get to go hang out on Catalina for free. That was kind of cool. But yeah, I haven't been in YMCA forever. You ever miss the Indian 7-Eleven workers in San Diego? Oh yeah, I miss them every day, bro. I think about them when I go to bed at night, and I touch myself. What are you talking about, bro? You think I don't remember their names? You think they remember my name? They might. I don't know. Climbing wall, 3 pools, sauna, steam, track, basketball court. Yeah, they got all this shit, but you don't use it. I'm the same way though. Yeah, like I said, they got all that really nice, beautiful workout equipment to make me slim, trim, fit, extra fine Jimmy the Hobo, missing teeth and all. And I just don't go. I'm just not into. I've never been into working out. Can't stand it, to be quite honest. Can't stand to work out. Shut up, you. Probably got a shrine of me in the shop. Now they got a statue of me outside the 7-Eleven.
Captain Coke sent $3. Your dad took you to the mounting grounds, young man.
Cost average, bro. Thank you very much, Captain Coke, for $3, man. Yeah, buy the dip, bro. Buy the dip. Things are still looking really good for the crypto market. You hear a lot of talk of, are we heading back into the bear market? Which we could be, which would mean probably that Bitcoin gonna go a lot lower than 85 or 86, whatever it's at now. But buy the dip, bro. Buy the dip. I don't know what the high was. Was it 126 or something this year? I don't know. I have no idea. But Rob Reiner. Let's talk about Rob Reiner. Me and Miles were having a little conversation the other day about how I felt about Trump talking shit about Rob Reiner dying. And I basically told Miles, hey, Rob Reiner, he's had Trump derangement syndrome for years. He was all part of that Russia hoax and everything else. He hates Trump. Fucking hates him. He's a fucking total lefty douchebag. I don't have anything good to say about Rob Reiner. I remember him as Meathead and All in the Family, and he was a good director for a number of films, but I don't give a shit, honestly. I kind of, after the conversation, was thinking that kind of reminds me of like how I felt about my cousin Bridget. She was a fucking piece of shit. And as far as I'm concerned, or how Trump is probably concerned about Rob Reiner, was he's a piece of shit. Why is it that people think because somebody dies, like all of a sudden we're supposed to sing praises about these people who were pieces of shit when they were alive. When, they're talking shit about you or trying to do you harm or put you down. It's like, no. People say, oh, well, don't speak evil about the dead. Don't speak bad about the. Why not? If they're a fucking piece of shit, they're a piece of shit. Period. I'm not going to, suddenly just forget everything they did. Oh, all is forgiven. Yeah, you fucking were a total douchebag your entire life. But now that you're dead, oh, I love you. Thoughts and prayers. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. This is like Bridget. Fuck Bridget. Fucking stupid cunt. Vicious to Trump and never looked at his own family, and now his son killed him. That's right. Imagine if Rob concentrated on his own. So, another thing Rob Reiner was doing was he was advocating for more gun control. Instead of spending all that time on gun control, maybe he should have advocated for knife control. Yeah, knife control. Maybe he'd still be here with us. Fucking douchebag. Fuck that guy. I don't care. I don't care. Honestly, I really don't. Meathead. You don't remember Meathead from All in the Family? His character name was Mike. He was married to Gloria. They lived with Archie Bunker. Archie and what was his wife's name? Edith. Edith. I loved that program when I was a kid. There was a lot of good programs back in the day, man. Back in the 70s. All in the Family, Sanford and Son. What was that other one? What was that other black family one? The Jeffersons. There's another good black family one. The one with J.J. Walker. What was that one called? Good Times. Good Times. Same my dad. I cried at his funeral back in 2013. Now, however, I feel sick that I did that. Yeah, I don't know your situation with your father, but people can be assholes. I mean, total fucking douchebags. Doesn't mean that you don't still love them because you obviously did have some great times with them at some point in your life, and maybe there's still some kind of feeling there for them. But the fact is, if they were fucking shitbags, yeah, you know, I don't understand why people do that. Why they say, "Oh, you shouldn't speak bad." They're not here to defend themselves. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? Fuck them. As far as I'm concerned, fuck them. I think what Trump said was so low class for saying that Rob still has 2 kids alive. His death was not the result of his politics. I'm still Trump MAGA, but don't want to go out of lodge. Well, I do kind of understand what you're saying as well, WW. I do think that, you know, uh, as president of the United States, there should be some kind of decorum. You should refrain. But then again, I think, well, is that really the way that a president should be? Or should he just be a normal human being? I think that's why a lot of people like Trump, is because he's normal and he doesn't give a fuck what you think about what he says. And I do think that Trump really did refrain from saying probably some of the stuff that he'd really like to say. But in a way, I do understand what you're saying, WW. That maybe as president of the United States, maybe he should have held his tongue a little bit. But honestly, it doesn't make me feel any different about Trump for what he said about Rob Reiner because I know how Rob Reiner was towards him, what he was doing to keep him like out of office, all the lies that he tells, like all the other fucking douchebag Democrat libtards. So I just it doesn't bother me one bit, and I kind of really expect that kind of talk and behavior out of Trump at this point. It wouldn't be Trump if he was, you know, not being him. And let's be honest, I think everybody knows Rob Reiner was an asshole. He was a hardcore lefty, man. He most certainly had Trump derangement syndrome. Yeah, All in the Family wouldn't last in today's world. That's for damn sure. Wheezy. Yeah. Cal Reiner, his 100-year-old father was a raging left lunatic right till the day he died. Tweeted every day his hatred for Trump. I did not know that. I don't not really know anything about the Reiner family. And we're moving on up to the east side to a deluxe apartment in the sky. Moving on up. My dad is the entire reason I have diagnosed PTSD, panic disorder, and major depressive disorder now. You terrorize me, but people on the spectrum, especially when they're young, are so gullible and naive. Yeah, the shit that happens to us when we're kids, I don't give a fuck what anybody says. That's oftentimes will affect you for the rest of your entire life. Yeah, I know. I think everybody knows. I went through a lot of shit myself as a child. I've forgiven my mother, but my father did some shit when I was an adult that's I've never gotten over. I never will. I know that for a fact because he's never been able to bring himself to apologize, nor to even care to call, to say anything. So as far as I'm concerned, when he fucking dies, I won't give a shit. I won't be going to his funeral. I won't be shedding any tears. And he'll die the asshole that he's been his whole life. Maybe he's been good to I know for a fact he's been good to other people. Two of my brothers that he had with his new wife treated them a whole lot different than me and my older brother. But that's not what I'm talking about. He did some shit to me as an adult, and that was like the straw that broke the camel's back, and I won't fucking forgive him because that fucking piece of shit is incapable of apologizing. He's incapable of picking up a telephone and even just saying, "Hey, how's it going?" So fuck him. Yeah, there's just some people that they're just not good people, and when they die, I won't. I don't care. I won't care. How's my mom? She's doing all right. She's doing all right. Although, last night I make her, I made some chicken, green beans, and some mashed potatoes. I bring it out to her. Or no, it was after I fed her. I go into the living room. She eats with a TV tray thingy table, sits in front of her. I go out there to pick up her plate. You know what she says to me? Are you trying to poison me? Like, what? What? It's like every time after I eat food, I feel sick. The last 2 nights in a row, like I'd fed her a steak the night before, I think it was, or 2 nights before, whatever it was. She got sick. She actually got ill, threw up, parked in the trash can. And I feed her chicken last night, and she asked me if I'm trying to poison her. She's like, every time I eat at nighttime, then I suddenly feel sick. Are you trying to poison me? Trying to kill me? I'm like, what? I actually just kind of ignored it, brushed it off. We were talking about some other subject, and she just kind of blurted that out. I was like, what the fuck? And, hi, puppy. And, anyways, then as I'm walking out of the room, she said, I thought I would just say that because I thought it was funny. I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Hi, puppy. What are you doing? I don't have no food. I don't know why you're coming in here. You never come in unless you're coming in to beg for food or take a shit, little fucker. I like you when you text a view, but that's different. By the way, Google AI censored a non-controversial thing I typed. He was a paranoid schizosphere person. Drinking a glass of Chardonnay, and it's so good. It's called Freak Show.
Captain Cook sent $10. Break the cycle, Jimmy. You have been great with you daughters. Respect. Merry Christmas to all in cat.
much, Captain. Oh, look at you, buddy. $10. Wow. Fuck yeah, bro. Was my mom trolling me? Yeah, I guess so. I guess so, but she totally caught me off guard. I said, what did you just say? What did you just say? Cold Tunnel Plains, yeah. Yeah. Jesus was a Muslim. Only one problem with that, buddy. There were no Muslims when Jesus was born. Islam was not a thing. Sorry to break it to you there, buddy. But you guys didn't show up for about 600 years after Jesus was dead. I played some crap all over there. I could marry you on the spot. Kill. Oh, look out. Marriage material. Oh my god. Cool thing with CC is that most are classics. Who's in that band? I know that's who you guys are talking about. Who did sing that? Was that you guys say CC? I have to go find out now because, yeah, of course, I've heard that song a bazillion times, but the band is not hitting me. Steve Miller. Peter Frampton. Yale. Been great with my daughters. Yeah, Chuck. Yeah, I talk with Emily all the time, but Heather, she's just like off doing her own little thing, man. Heather is always kind of, as she got into her later teens, she's always been kind of standoffish, but now when she's off in her own place, she's just like, I don't talk to her. Emily doesn't talk to her. I have no idea if Laura talks to her. She's just doing her own fucking thing, man. I mean, I do see her. I seen her. What was it? Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving morning, I think it was. We had Thanksgiving breakfast. Cat content. I haven't been reading all your conversation here. You never heard a bad song from Captain Content. Brah. He was alright, but he was a little bit on the funny side. He liked himself some of them chicks with dicks. Yeah, you know, so. Say what you will, bro, say what you will, but yeah, I'm glad I never went and hung out with him. But, yeah, maybe the guy's alright. I don't know, that whole. You guys know how I feel about that kind of shit. Shut up, WW. Shut up. Don't make me use my power of the wrench, power of the channel to ban you or time you out. Time you out, WW. Wow, the mind fuckery. The mind fuckery. All right, well.
Holy Spirit, thou art welcome.
All the people. Oh, I can't do it. I can't do it. What do we got going on here? We're drowning. Why you gotta scream like a little girl? Let's tone that down a little bit there, buddy. I'm cold. Is that where you live? Well, you should probably blame the people that put those people into power in your country. Hamas. Hamas. That little terrorist organization that would not give back the hostages. They wanted you people to continue to die. They wanted to keep the fight going. So then they could call out to the international audience and say, look, we're victims. Forget about all the people that we killed on October 7th, all the hostages that we're still holding. It's Israel's fault. It's their fault for killing us, for holding their hostages, holding their people. It's not our fault. It's not our fault. Blame your parents, kid. Blame your grandparents. Blame the people that were killing Israelis. Sorry that your people are so fucked. Not even your own people, your own Muslims want to bring you into their countries over there. Because they know what kind of people you guys are. You're murderers, you're terrorists, you're bloodthirsty pieces of shit. Sorry. I know they train you as a child from birth to hate the Jews, hate the great Satan, America. But, you know, what can I say? Your people suck. Jimmy's totally on an endorphin trip. Okay. I don't have to work too much. Jimmy is 51% Israeli. I am. Shalom. Shalom. I got nothing against Jewish people. It's a damn shame that, those people over there had to have their lives completely destroyed. They got left in these kind of conditions. But, it could have been completely different. It could have been completely different if they would have not have done what they did. And let's be honest, it wasn't just the people in power. Hamas. These were civilians. You guys remember the phone call the fucking Palestinian dude made back to his mother and father, and he's like screaming, like crying, like happy with joy. He's like, Father, I killed 10 of them. I killed 10 of them with my own hands. He was so elated and so excited. And he was so proud. And then you could hear the mother, in the background. Says, "No, give me the phone. Let me talk to my son." He tells his mother the same thing. And she's like, "Oh, praise God. Praise Allah." They were, they're sick fucking people. Fuck Islam. Fuck Muhammad. Fake ass prophet. That fucking Muhammad was epileptic. At least that's what it's speculated, because it says even in the Quran, like he used to thrash about and shit. And then when he would come out of it, he would say, "Oh, Allah told me this," and then he would just make up some shit. You know why he did that? Because back in the times that he lived in, people believed one of their beliefs was that people that had epileptic seizures were possessed by demons. And they could be, not always, but they could be ostracized or kicked out of their clans, banned from their people, or even at worst, they could be killed because they believed that they were possessed by demons or the devil. So I personally, I have no clue. Obviously, the fucking guy lived 1,400 something years ago. I have no clue if he was or was not, but it sounds pretty likely to me. And man, the more you get to learn and know about Islam, you would know that that fucking guy was just like making up the rules as he goes. You know, he said, yeah, Muslim men, you guys, you can have 4 wives, 4 wives. And, if you take any slaves in war or you buy them, if you want to fuck your women slaves, that's okay. That's okay. Concubines, they're there to service your cock. But for him, he had a different rule because Allah told him you can have as many as you want. You know that Muhammad had 11 wives. He had 9 at one time. He fucked a 9-year-old. She was 6 when they married. Wait till she's 9 to fuck her because she got her first period. It's like, okay, it's the green light. She had her first period. I'm gonna get me some tonight. Sick fucking religion. Sick fucking religion. That Muhammad motherfucker was a fake prophet, and Islam is a fucking shit religion that should be banned worldwide, if you ask me. Fuck Islam. Fuck Islam. Do you know, motherfuckers, that you cannot go to their holiest of holy sites in Mecca? Yeah, I forget what they call that fucking thing. The square building with the rock, the black rock, inside of the building that they go around 3 times and they kiss the rock. You can't go there unless you're a Muslim. And you have to prove it. You have to have papers and shit. You have to be like a fucking red stamp 100%, Muslim, like, like Hitler. You gotta have your bloodline confirmed if you want to come here to the holiest of holy places here in Mecca and kiss the black rock. That that site too, by the way, was that was actually a pagan holy site. It was not a Muslim or Islamist holy site. They took it over. Eventually they took it over and turned it into their holy site. But you know, whatever. You can't go there unless you are a Muslim. You're not allowed. You cannot go anywhere near it. You know why? Because they consider anybody that is not a Muslim to be impure and unclean. Don't believe me? Look it up. Look it up. We are beneath them. I've been going in on this deep dive on fucking. I've known some shit about their religion, but recently I've been kind of going more and more on a deep dive. I've been learning all kinds of shit, and that is a fucked up religion. Fucked up. It's not even there's so many. What is it? I think they call it the. Fuck, they call it the Muslim or the Islamist dilemma. There are so many contradictions to their religion that it's just like, how do you explain this? What you're saying is not true. Like, here's an example. They say that they believe everything that was in the Old Testament and the New Testament. That if they don't believe in what the Jews believe and the Christians believe, the Muslims have nothing to stand on. So they believe everything that is within the Old Testament and the New Testament all to be true. So if they believe that everything in there is to be true, then Jesus is God. But they don't believe that. You know what they say? Well, the Bible was corrupted. But it says in the Quran, it says this book is clear. They say that over and over and over in the Quran. This is clear. This is a guide for you. We believe in the Old Testament. We believe in the New Testament. Every every bit of it is all true. But then they say, but Jesus Jesus was not the Son of God. Jesus was a prophet. He was a prophet. What do you mean he was a prophet? Where do you get that from? They just made the shit up. I think they said that was the Mormons. The Mormons. The hell was that? Genesis 50. It's like the end of Genesis. There was no scripture that these people claimed that he was not the Son of God. But they just made that shit up. They say, oh, well, the Bible was corrupted over the years. You know, we have the actual real truth. There was no real truth. They just made. Muhammad made all that shit up as he would go. Like, when he said, he told all his followers, all the people, you may have 4 wives, and you may fuck all your slaves, and that's how it was for him too. But then he decided that he wanted to fuck more bitches, and he said, Allah has told me that I can fuck more women, I can have more wives, but you cannot. Rules for thee, but not for me. I get as much pussy as I want. Which is just, nobody else heard this. The only person that ever heard Allah talk to them was Muhammad. He's the only one. He's given all the rules and all the information to Muhammad. Surprising. Surprising that, he's the one that's getting to fuck all the bitches. He's able to do whatever he wants. That guy was a warmongering murderer who beheaded hundreds of people, enslaved God knows how many people. I know that there's a number on the amount of slaves that he actually had. I don't recall the number. It wasn't extremely high. But they believe that shit even to this day. Their Quran is their guide to living, and their Quran still says to this day they can have up to 4 wives, and there's numerous countries that you can still have 4 wives. You can still marry a 9-year-old. I think it was fairly recently that Iraq had said, yes, you may still marry a 9-year-old. It's just such a weird, fucked up religion, man. Weird, fucked up religion. You guys still with me? Or should I call it quits? I know I've been going on a rant, talking shit about fucking Muslims because I hate them. I literally do. I literally do. I don't trust them motherfuckers. 16 people watching. Nobody talking. Nobody. Nobody. Oh. Most of these other Arab countries won't let them in because they are not strict Muslims. No, that is not true. That is not why they disallow them into their country. They won't let them into their country because they're extremist. That's why they won't let them in. A lot of these other countries, they're not, fanatics that still follow their Quran as law, because they're killers, they're murderers, they're fucking evil people. But plain fact of the matter is, about the entire Muslim community around the world is they believe what's in their Quran, in their their book. We Christians, Jews, other people, well, actually, it's only the Jews and the Christians are known as the people of the book, meaning the Bible, Old Testament, New Testament. And what was I gonna say? But yeah, they believe that their religion is the only one true religion, um, and that they want to take over the world. They believe there should only be one religion in the world, and that is Islam. And if you do not convert, you could die, but you could also pay a tax. Pay a tax to them to not die. Who the fuck believes that somebody who's a pedophile, a rapist, a slave owner, a murderer, an epileptic is a prophet of God? It's like, are you fucking joking me, man? I mean, there's so many contradictions in the Quran. There's so many lies, so much bullshit. It's like you've got to be joking. How do people believe this shit? Why would you believe somebody who's fucking a 9-year-old is speaking for God? How is that possible? I mean, literally, how is that possible? What the fuck is wrong with all these people that are following this religion that they think it's okay to fuck a child? Disgusting. Disgusting. Reprehensible. Makes me want to fucking barf, dude. Nasty. These people got no fucking business being in the West, man, in our countries. Not in Europe. I'm in the United States where I got freedom of speech and I can say whatever the fuck I want. Too fucking bad. They could all kiss my white fucking lily ass. I'm surprised they didn't make swastikas or Hitler salutes illegal there a long time ago. That shit's been illegal in Germany for like forever. Same kind of shit. It's happened all over Europe, like any kind of hate speech. You could be arrested for it. They can kill us, come into our country, kill us, want to take over, or say that we're impure, unclean, lower, second class people of the world. But heaven forbid you say anything against them or their fucked up religion. Palestinians and that could Palestinians. Fuck Palestine. Palestine was never a state anyway. I don't give a fuck about those people. All sitting here quietly masturbating over me. All right. Just keep your tissues nearby so you can clean up afterwards. Don't get any on the keyboard there, Ozzy Wolfhound. Take it easy, buddy. Almost all religions believe they are the one and only religion. Yeah, but there's no other religion that believes that you should die because you don't believe that you don't believe what they believe. You know, I'm sorry, but there's something inherently wrong with that. If you think other people should die because they don't believe in the same God as you, they don't believe in the same religion, practice the same things as you, that's just insane. Insane, especially in the year 2025. We're almost in 2026. These fucking people are still living as if they were in the year 600, man. They need to get with the fucking times, bro. Get with the times. Hello? Prisoners are the number one promote. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Can we make money by reporting Jimmy's free speech to Great Britain? Bro, I'm sure I'm already on a list over there, dude. You know, as you guys know, I've been there, I've lived there, I've been there many times. And as many videos as I've made and posts that I've made regarding Great Britain, not just about Islam and shit, but about their government in general, it being like a totalitarian, authoritarian uh, government, a two-tiered system and shit. I have talked so much shit about the British government and other government. If I went to England specifically, I bet if I went there, as soon as I walked out the plane, they'd probably arrest me. Honestly, I don't think I'll ever go back there. I honestly don't think I'll ever go back there. Hello, Miss Holly. Welcome to the stream. All the money, all the women who went over to the Middle East to marry ISIS fighters were allowed to return here. I don't think we should allow them here at all, period. I don't give a fuck who they are. I don't care who they are. Who else is in chat? Should I change the subject so people will talk? Nobody wants to speak. They're all afraid they're going to get their heads chopped off. Gaza faces winter under tents and ruins. Well, that's what happens, man. You fucked around and you found out. Fucked around and you found out. Honestly, does anybody give a shit? Yeah, I mean, I know that there's people out there that do, especially the libtards, but why the fuck should I give a shit about those people? Why the fuck should I give a fuck about them, man? They murdered, they raped, they killed, they took hostages, they held on to them for years, 2 years. Again, it's kind of like what we were talking about, Bridget, Rob Reiner. They probably should have been better people. They should have been better people. They shouldn't have been fucking douchebags. Tell us about the pot in your socks at the airport in London. It's a short story, not that funny. You should have been here the night Jimmy took acid. Now that was a funny story, Miss Holly. That was a funny story. Yeah, I've thought about that recently. Every now and then it comes to my mind that night I was just so fucking whacked out of my brain on acid. I was like not thinking. I was obviously not thinking clearly. I was fucking high as fuck. Higher than I know higher than I'd ever been on acid. I was fucking tripping my balls off, man. Running down the street. Help me. Help me, help me, help me. What'd your dad do? What are you doing? You're like going and catching back up from what I talked about, fucking half hour, 45 minutes ago? Brah. No, I'm not going to talk about it. I don't really care about it anymore. I don't need to tell anybody about my personal business. There are numerous things that have happened with family members, people that piss me off, people that I don't talk to anymore. I don't talk about because, it's just my business. You guys don't need to hear about that shit. That night I was on acid, though. God damn. Woo! For me personally, I think, for you guys, that was probably entertaining. But, man, It was like I was not in my right mind. Even the next day, man. It took me like 24 hours, more than that, because I spent the entire next day in my car after I got out of the hospital. I was still like just so fucked up. And yeah, I spent the night in the car. I was like, there's no fucking way I'm going home driving like this, man. I was still just so out of it. There was no way I was driving home, not a chance. Friend and Nuck had a fun night there. Yeah, that's too bad. Too bad the Nuck. He couldn't handle the heat, man. He disappeared on us. I think most of what happened, I mean, Danak did say some shit that I think kind of just got into my brain, making me think this guy's a fucking weirdo. I think the two things that were in my mind was he's drugged me. I willingly took the drugs, but he most certainly overdosed me. And second was he had said a lot of gay faggy shit that got my mind going. And like I was having a good old time, but it just my mind just snapped. Boy, that was it. Boom. And I was off to the races, man. Off to the races, bro. Trump tonight. There's Newsom. Me. Yeah. You know, I know that Gavin Newsom has tried to come out with lots of memes and stuff to like counter the meme uh, culture online. I don't think Newsom has done a very good job, but this me. I gotta agree with Gavin Newsom there. That's what the whole fucking speech was about. Was Trump saying me. This is what I did. I did. It was like, bro, you're having a conversation with the entire United States and you're just repeating the same shit that you say nearly every motherfucking time that you have a news press or news conference. It, yeah, that what a waste of time that actually was. I think that really was a waste of time. Yeah, I thought he was my bumhole. Yeah, no doubt. Still remember crystal clear you running down the road to that Latino dude walking his dog. Help me! This guy had a gun. He took his pants off. Yeah. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. But whatever. I was fucked up. My bad. You guys don't know, man. I don't know how many of y'all have taken acid before, but I've taken acid a lot of times. But that acid had me fucking gone. I was fucking whacked. I was tripping, man. The worst fucking part was lying in that hospital and like hearing all the sounds and the beeping. They brought out some old Asian woman and one of her tits was out. I think she had a heart attack or something, and they're working on her. And I hear these people in other rooms, and they're moaning and like, oh, it was like the worst place to be on that kind of trip. My mind was just like all over the place, and hearing all these sounds and the beeping and the rushing around, and I was like, oh my god, this is the worst fucking place you guys could have brought me. And I was, they wanted to get rid of me out of there, but I was like too fucking paranoid to go outside. Oh, it was fucking crazy. Look, there's Raiden. Why you always come in and say, hey, what's up, motherfucker? And then you leave. What's up, motherfucker? Raiden? Shit. Tits out, heart attack is a good song. She was an old broad. I don't know what happened to her either. I finally, at some point, not long before they told me, yeah, you got to get out, I had asked for a mask to cover my eyes and some earplugs so I couldn't see anything or hear anything, and I just closed my eyes and, like, just, like, come down, Jimmy. Come down. I could not come down. I was so fucked up, man. We did the shrooms together. Yeah, the shrooms were good. Yeah. Bro, it was nothing like that acid I did with the neck, though. That acid was no joke. I should have known. You know, I think I told you guys, one of the first fucking weird things that Danak did when he gave me that acid, you know, I'd asked him about, you got the acid, you got the acid. He's like, yeah. He's like, come on, let's go, let's do the acid. So we were gonna go off camera to do the acid. We went out on his like back porch, and the duck, you know, he was like really kind of old, and his skin is like wrinkly. He was really kind of veiny and shit. And he put some drops on his forearm, I think it was. Maybe it was his hand. I don't recall. But he dropped some acid in between this like veins rather. He's like, yeah, go ahead, Jimmy. Suck it up. I'm like, bro, I'm not doing none of that fucking weird shit. I said, just put it on my tongue, man. So he sucks it off his own body, and then he dropped it on my tongue. And I still remember this day. He gave me 2 full drops and then like a half of one. And that shit was like, fucking. It was a shame that I've said this many times. It's a shame that shit went the way it did because that acid was so good. I was having such a great time. I was laughing. I was giggling. I was hallucinating my fucking brains out. But yeah, it did a whole mind fuck on me. Whole mind fuck, and that was it. I was done. I was done. Do some acid down in San Diego. Bruh. If you know where to get it, I don't know, you know, I would do acid again. Uh, maybe. Yeah, in a good environment with the right people. Like, I would get high with Raiden. Probably. Maybe. After the experience I had with Danuck, I might consider not doing acid again. Because that was some hardcore shit, bro. That was some hardcore shit. I'm not gonna. Jimmy said he hid out in his car for, yeah, it was like 30 hours. It was actually, yeah, it was like 20, around, I think they kicked me out of the hospital. I don't remember now, but I want to say probably about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. And they gave me a couple blankets, which I still have. I still got the blankets from the hospital. I got them in my storage out in Albuquerque. But they gave me some food and cracker. It was like a sandwich, some crackers, maybe some cookies or something. And I think a couple little things of juice or like cups, you know, you get in a hospital. And I went outside. It was cold. It was dark. I didn't know where I was. I was still high as fuck. And I was super paranoid. And I did not want to go anywhere. So I went out and I sat in front of the hospital on a bench, like a park bench, but it was like right off to the side of the main entrance of the emergency room. And I sat on that bench. It just fucking. Looking around, fucking tripping balls, and like, God damn it, man, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Finally, the sun's coming up. I think it's about 6:30 or so. I'm like, I gotta get the fuck out of here, man. So I got a lift, and they took me over to my car. crawled in the back of the car for a couple of hours, tried to go to sleep. I think I got like 5 minutes of sleep. I was up like all fucking night, you know. I got a couple minutes of sleep, and I was in my car in front of Danuk's house. I kept thinking this motherfucker might come out here. He might come out and try and get me. After about 2 hours, I was like, I gotta get out of here, man. I got in the driver's. I didn't want to drive because I'd only just gotten that car. I was like, man, last thing I fucking need to do is get pulled over, stop driving this fucking car, loaded on acid. The motherfucker's gonna get impounded. I'm gonna probably lose my license. I'm like, man, I don't want anything to do with any of this shit. I ended up driving the car around the corner like 2 blocks away, parked in the sunlight for a while, but I like opened up the windows and tried to block the sun. I ran out of water. I didn't have anything to drink. I ended up walking down to some supermarket like 2 blocks down. I had to use the bathroom. I think that was like the main reason I went down because I was thinking, I'll go over there and I'll piss in that alley and somebody might see me. Somebody might see me. I think it was a Sunday too. There was like nobody around, but I was still like, oh my god. Anyways, eventually ended up moving that car over to the parking lot of that supermarket, wherever the hell that was, and then I spent like 24 hours there until I woke up the next morning and then finally left. My mom's going, what are you doing? I'm sitting in my car. What are you doing? So, you okay? Yeah, Mom, this guy was trying to butt fuck me last night. We did acid, he had a gun. That car was like a week old. Yeah, I barely had that car, man. I had only had it a really, really short time. Yeah, that was the one thing, you know. I seriously, I was not okay to drive that car. Like I had been sitting there all day the next day, literally, but I hadn't been sleeping. I was still super paranoid. I was not thinking clearly. And I was just, there's no fucking way I'm driving from Santa Monica to Lancaster. That's like a 2 hour drive. I thought, there's no way. There's no fucking way. I'll just sleep in the car. I slept in the front seat. I didn't even crawl in the back. Actually, I did crawl in the back in front of Danuk's place. Uh, and of course, I didn't have any blankets in there at the time. Well, I had the 2 blankets I brought from the hospital. I just used them to kind of cover myself up. I remember while I was in there, within that 2 hours, a woman and a man come walking down the sidewalk with a baby stroller, and they're walking past my car. I could hear them, and I hear this lady saying to her boyfriend or husband or whatever, "Did you see that guy in there sleeping?" I was like, "Yeah, that's me." But yeah, whatever. The back of my car is hard as fuck because the back of my back seat's like wood, you know, behind the back seat. Of course, it's covered with some felt or something like that. But then the back part too, the trunk area, it's kind of like a wood, so it was like really hard. So I couldn't sleep. It was uncomfortable. I slept in the front seat that next day. It was horrible. Don't laugh at me, bro. Don't laugh at me. Stop making fun of me, bro. Why you guys gotta do me like that, man? Check this out. Look like a fair fight until. What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Something's gonna happen. Come on, man. What's gonna happen? Boy, the white guy is just signaling the swings. The black guy's not even swinging. He's just like, come on, bring it. Oh, yeah, here we go. Look at that. All the fucking black dudes. Oh, and all the white dudes just stand there. Disgusting. Fucking disgusting. Imagine that. Imagine that. The hell? Dude. I got his face pop. What's this one? Women in Islam.
الجزية خلاص هذه ليه؟ لكم دينكم ولا دين، لكن انت تأذيها رد عليا. انت مش هتسكت الا ما اقول لك. هتقوم تعمل ايه يعني؟ هتقوم تعمل ايه؟ هتقوم تعمل ايه؟ رد عليا. انت في ايدي زي الكلب بفضل الله عز وجل. هطلع كل حاجة في لا ما تعرفش بفضل الله عز وجل، لان انا معايا القرآن بفضل الله ومعايا آية الكرسي. لا مش ما تعرفش تعمل لها حاجة، طول ما نستعين بالله ونتقرب الى الله ما تعرفش تعمل معايا حاجة. تأذيها تاني رد عليا. قلت لك إذا تاني رد عليا طاعة لله. الجزية خلاص هذه ليه؟ لكم دينكم ولا دين، لكن انت تأذيها رد عليا.
Muslim version of waterboarding. And we got your hijab here. We're gonna just like soak it in water and twist it around your face. The hell was that? You guys see that shit? What the hell, bruh? You should go to Europe.
Non, y a pas de salam. C'était pas fier d'être en France.
De quoi?
Y a pas de salam.
Assalamu alaikum. Dis-moi juste assalamu alaikum.
Non.
Mais pourquoi, wesh? Dis-moi assalamu alaikum, wesh.
Non, j'en veux pas.
Dis-moi assalamu alaikum. Non, mais vraiment. Voilà, si tu me dis assalamu alaikum,
On est
ça
en
va.
France ici.
Comment ça, on est en France?
Faut être fier d'être en France. T'as pas de salam.
De quoi?
T'as pas de salam.
Mais pourquoi, wesh?
Parce qu'on est en France.
Parce qu'on est en France, du coup, j'ai pas le droit de
Ouais.
dire assalamu alaikum.
Ouais.
Pourquoi?
On est en France. Le salam, c'est on part.
Tu veux dire quoi? Tous les gens qui te disent assalamu alaikum, ils rentrent dans les pays,
Ouais,
en fait.
c'est ça. Faut que tu rentres dans ton pays, en fait. T'as pas de salam. Parce qu'on est en
Assal-
France.
Assalamu alaikum.
Non.
Je rentre dans mon pays.
Ouais, c'est ça. Rentre.
Ah ouais?
Ouais, parce
Parce
qu'on est en
que-
France.
Du coup, on est en France, on doit pas dire assalamu alaikum.
C'est ça.
Ok. Voilà, si tu me réponds assalamu alaikum, je te donne tout ça.
Non, non.
Ouais, tu
on
veux
est en
pas?
France.
Good for you, kid. Good for you, kid. Let's see. You're honestly driving. I'm praying that I would not drive home. Yeah, yeah. That was a good decision on my part, for sure. At least I had my wits about me enough to realize I should not be driving. I should not be driving. Thank God I didn't, man. Yeah, I like my car. I want to keep my car. I had no plans to take acid, and then a couple hours after being fucking blitzed out of my mind to go and drive my car away. There was no way. I left my car there. That's why you guys seen me running down the street. Help me! Help me, police! I was so fucked up, you know. I was seeing colors. I thought I seen blue and red, that there was a cop down the street. There was no cop down the street. Yeah, I'm just running down the street. Hey, help me! Oh, there's no police. Who are they? Drove home from a Grateful Dead concert with Garcia and Philly tripping hard. 89 men drive and 100 traffic lights. I remember being totally cognizant to making sure the subclips were. You know, when I was younger, I used to drink and drive, and I'd be fucking high on coke and meth. I mean, this, of course, was a long, long time ago in my 20s, and Man, I used to drive fucked up, man, fucked up. But usually when I was doing that kind of shit, when I was really fucked up out of my mind, it was in the middle of the night, when there's like really nobody on the road. But I had no business being behind the wheel because, putting not only my own life but other people's lives at risk. But of course, when you're high and fucking drunk, you don't give a shit about anyone or anything, including yourself. Yeah, I did a lot of stupid shit when I was young. A lot of stupid shit. But don't we all? Thank God we do grow up. Thank God for that. I bet Kel's done a lot of drugs. Kel's probably the biggest dope fiend here. She's the biggest dope fiend in chat. Isn't that right, Kel? Don't lie. Don't lie. I don't know if we've ever heard you talking about you doing any kind of illegal substances, Kel. I think really good pot makes people just as stupid behind the wheel. Well, yeah. Well, that's why it's illegal. Drive high, it's the same thing as a DUI or a DWI. You're intoxicated behind the wheel. Yeah, it's makes you slower. I know a lot of people do it. I do not. Kill is high all night. Captain Coke, how did you change your name again? Captain Coke 187. I eat weed gummies and feel like I took acid. That's Helica was like that. Or at least she'd tell me that. I don't think well, there was some situation, I don't remember what it was, but Helica used to say that she would smoke pot and she would have like that kind of reaction where she felt like she was high, like hallucinating and shit like that. I smoked pot with her a few times, never seen her get that way, but she didn't smoke weed with me that much, and I think it was because of that reason. She'd say, "Oh, I'm too, I get too fucked up on weed," and weed for me, and like the worst part or the most fucked up it makes me feel is like if I'm drinking in the past, I've had it happen on numerous occasions. I'll be drinking, maybe I have a couple drinks, 2 drinks, 3 drinks, nothing really to write home about, but then smoke a little bit of weed, man, and that just kicks the alcohol into overdrive like I've been drinking like a whole fucking fifth of liquor or something and suddenly get sick. I remember I think it was because I kind of stopped smoking weed. That's when weed was really starting to get really strong. That happened to me one time. I went to a bar with a friend of mine, was hanging out with some people. I literally probably maybe at most had like 3 drinks or something. And I went outside with a group of friends, smoked a joint, and all of a sudden I was just like it was like I was super drunk. And I went in the bathroom, and it was a little tiny bathroom in this bar, and I had eaten at the bar. They were serving chili or something like that. I'm pretty sure it was chili, and I barfed all over the fucking place. Not only was I sick, like barfing, but I got diarrhea. It was disgusting. Anyways, I was in the bathroom for like ever and ever. Where's Jimmy? Where's Jimmy? And I come out. I told some friends, I gotta get out of here, dude. I'm fucked up. And the bartender's looking at me as I'm walking out. He's like, "You better not have. You better not have. And he goes walking around the bar to go to the bathroom. I'm walking towards the front door, and I hear him at the bathroom. God damn it, motherfucker! As I'm going out the front door. I'm like, yeah, I did it. I made a mess of that bathroom. But that's happened to me a number of times, smoking weed over the years, because I think it's because I don't smoke weed like I used to. I'm not used to it. And, yeah, alcohol really just, I think weed kicks the alcohol high and overdrive. Charlie. Charlie White, what's happening there, little buddy? What's happening, man? Too scared to do pot. Last time I felt doom and death. Yeah, that's another thing. That's something that I often feel. Not doom and death, but I feel like paranoid, withdrawn, uncomfortable, like in my own skin. However, I got to be honest. Like when I was living in New Mexico and I was smoking all that pot, like I was smoking with road trips.
Jam Donut sent $6.
Thank you, Jam.
Boom, 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 now let me hear say well. I say boom, 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 now what about to say well. I say boom, 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 now let me hear say well. I say boom, 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 now what about to say well. Well.
Thank you, Jam, dude.
It's the Outer Brothers, back in the room, ready to rock the world with the boom. So I hope you can stand the vibration, cause we're about to rock the entire nation. Alright, here we go.
I say boom, 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 now let me hear say well. I say boom, 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 now what about to say well. I say boom, 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 now let me hear say well. I say boom, 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 now what about to say well. Boom, 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 now let me hear say well.
Computer locks up when I stream sometimes. This never happens when I'm not streaming. But when I stream, for some reason, it just locks up. Anyways, there we go. Thank you very much, Jam Donut. Jim Donut. Brown smells like defeat. What does that mean? There's many different strains. That indica, sativa. I don't know them well. Eddie was really good with that stuff. Eddie had given me, pretty much everything he gave me. I felt pretty comfortable smoking where it wouldn't make me get that paranoid, withdrawn, uncomfortable in my own skin type of feeling. I think the one that he gave me the most of was he called Hell's OG weed. That of course he grew himself, but uh, yeah, probably if I were smoking like whatever, even stronger stuff from one of these dispensaries or something, I might have that paranoid, withdrawn type of feeling. But I wouldn't want to. That would make me want to stop smoking like right away. Who wants to feel that way? Because it doesn't make the high enjoyable. It takes away from it big time. Big time. Right. Let me play something. I gotta run to the restroom. And what about some Led Zepp? Boom, 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 boom. Haven't heard this one in a long time. I'll be right back.
Been dazed and confused for so long, it's not true. Wanted a woman, never bargained for you. Lots of people talking, few of them know. Soul of a woman was created below. You hurt and abused, telling all of your lies. Run round, sweet baby, Lord, how they hypnotize. Sweet little baby, I don't know where you've been. Gonna love you, baby. Here I come again. Every day I work so hard, bringing home.
Play that. Keep playing it. Probably got a copyright claim on the stream already. Whoops, sorry. You're thinking about donating a song for Jimi, and you can say Helica, bro. You can say Helica. We say it around here all the time. It's not like a word that is off limits. A name, rather. A name that's off limits. I wonder how that girl's doing. What she's doing. What would you guys guess that she'd be doing these days? Too bad you guys didn't get to know her more, get to see her more, hear from her more, see her more, be a part of the stream more. Because obviously was a big part of my life, and then, she should have been a big part of the streams back in the day. I think it's, how many years has it been? It's been 3 years, actually, over 3 years. I think we last seen each other in June of 22, I believe. So yeah, over 3 years, 3 years, 3.5 years. Anyways, yeah, she was a big part of my life, big part of, should have been a big part of the streams, but unfortunately, it just didn't work out that way. What's up there, little boy? Hi, puppy. What are you doing? What are you doing? Did you come back here to go pee or drop a deuce? Come on, puppy. Come on. How's it going here, little buddy? Hi, puppy. Hi, puppy. Oh, you're a nice one. That's you. He always likes to come up and hang out with me on my bed, snuggle up, and get a little bit of loving. You know what I'm saying? Birds. Huh? Good night, humans. Sleep good. Good night, Captain Coke. Thank you for the donos there, little buddy. Appreciate it. Did you ever snort anything off Helica's ass? I don't think so. I actually, when Helica and I first started doing drugs down there, I only was snorting for a short period of time. I don't know how long that short period of time was, but could have been months for all I know. We were down there for on and off for, God knows how long. But when I was snorting that shit, it was like getting into my eyes. I don't know if I had burnt like a hole in my nose and in my skin, inside my nostrils or whatever, because it would get into my eyeballs and they'd feel just like all rocky, and I couldn't keep my eyelids open, and it was horrible. And so I started smoking that shit. So I don't recall if I ever did, but why? Would that get you excited, Captain Coke? Would that give you a boner? I was mostly into Helica's boobies, man. She had some big old knockers, bro. Love them big old boobies in my face. I'm a boob man. I like me some boobies. You told us in Thailand last year you had a hole in your nose. Yeah, well, I didn't do it. I mean, I wasn't doing any drugs in Thailand. I mean, I bought some weed there, but I wasn't doing any kind of coke or speed or anything like that. Uh, yeah, I stopped all that when I left Helica. I hadn't even done that shit for 20 some odd years till I got together with her. And you guys know, I told you guys that too. I didn't want to even do it, but she kept hounding my ass every day. I denied her for, I want to say, like 3 days. Then I broke down. I was like, all right, just this one time. Just this one time. That was all it took, man. That was all it took. Next thing I knew, I was off to the races. It was like I'd never stopped using drugs. Oh, WW with a 4.99. Jim play Beatles. Don't let me down. The one with almost 500 million views. She laid the line down. And why didn't you just do super chat, Brian? There's 549 million views, Brian.
Don't let me down. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. Nobody ever loved me like she does. She does. Yes, she does. And if somebody loved me like she does, she does. Yes, she does. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. I'm in love for the first time. Don't you know it's gonna last? It's a love that lasts forever. It's a love that has no past. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. And from the first time that you really done me, oh, she done me. She done me good. I guess nobody ever really done me. Oh, she done me. She done me good. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. Don't let me down.
I think we were both really fucked up back then, for sure. Not just her, but me as well. We were so fucked up out of our minds on drugs. You know, neither one of us were thinking straight. We were fucking lunatics, essentially. Oh, thank you for the dono, WW. Thank you. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome, bruh. I like some Beatles. Oh, snap. Look, see, I just completely lost the chat. See if it'll come back. There we go. Turn back on live chat. Come back here. You know what I heard the other day? It was by Paul McCartney. It was Wings. What the fuck was the name of that song? That's a good song. I like that one too. I like that one. I think it was this one I heard. I'm going to go ahead and play this one.
Stuck inside these four walls, sent inside forever, never seeing no one nice again like you.
Okay, we're reloading now. If you can all adopt the same
Sounds
position
nice,
again.
but you know, I can't say. You know, I wasn't born in that.
I
Man on the run. Wings. Wings. Hell yeah. Everybody's still watching.
Aussie Wolfhound sent $6.
No shit.
Unchain my heart, baby, let me be. 'Cause you don't care. Well, please set me free. Unchain my heart, baby, let me go. Unchain my heart, 'cause you don't love me no more. Every time I call you on the phone, some fella tells me that you're not at home. Unchain my heart, set me free. Unchain my heart, baby, let me be. Unchain my heart, 'cause you don't care about me. You got me sort of like a pillowcase, but you let my love go to waste. Unchain my heart, set me free. I'm under your spell, like a man in a trance, baby. Oh, but you know damn well that I don't stand a chance. Unchain my heart, let me go my way. Unchain my heart, you worry me night and day. Why lead me through a life of misery when you don't care about the beings for me? Unchain my heart, oh, please set me free. I'm under your spell, just like a man in a trance, baby. But you know damn well that I don't stand a chance. Please take my heart, let me go my way. Unchain my heart, you worry me night and day. Why lead me through a life of misery when you don't care about the beings for me? Unchain my heart, please set me free. Oh, set me free. Oh, I wonder why don't you do that for me? You don't care, but you let me go. You don't love me no more.
Pronounce Helika. That's probably how it was said too. Helika. 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 That was probably how it was said. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, but nobody knew how to say her name for the longest time. We thought we did. We thought we did, but we didn't, obviously. Well, what else should we do? I think I'm getting about ready to go 9x. Can somebody follow me on X? Can somebody follow me on X, bro? On my new X account, so I don't feel so lonely. Like somebody cares about what I say, man. Please. Seriously, come on. I know some of you guys got to be on X, right? Please. This is. I'm still on my under my Hobo account, but I'm not verified. I do look. I got 119 followers under Jimmy the Hobo, but I literally I seen some. Oh, here, 1,267 posts I have made on X, and like nobody ever says anything. Nobody ever replies. Nobody ever likes. I think I'm pretty much shadow banned over there under the Jimmy the Hobo name. I probably should stop using this account, but I got to be honest. When I go over onto X and I'm under the Beyond the Tracks account name, all they show me is left wing shit. It's like I don't know if it's because I see all the left wing libtard fucking moron posts, and I gotta talk shit. It's not that I talk shit. Well, yeah, I do talk shit. I respond to their posts, and I think I've talked so much shit that they've just banned me or shadow banned. What happened here? She looks at. Can someone explain to me what just happened right there? Fuck if I know. What is the point of that post? Does anybody know? Does anybody know anything about chess that could say something like that? I would at least bet $1,000 that Helica comes in here. It's Helica with a K. God damn it, WW. No sweat bet. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that she comes in here on occasion. There's nothing wrong with that, you know. She's not blocked. Actually, well, I won't even go have a look. I can tell you for sure. I could bet $1,000 right now that she's not blocked, but she doesn't come in. I mean, under her name, for sure. Maybe she participates in the chat. Even can I dare to say that that Miss Holly that was in here before kind of got me thinking maybe that's Helica. This one here, I eat weed gummies and feel like I took acid. That is 100% something that like Helica would say. That 100% would be something like Helica would say. 100%. Can I say that that's her? 100%? Absolutely not. But would she come in under a alias? Sure, I think she would, cause she's always thought for the longest time that if she ever came into the channel, using her name, that people would just attack her and talk shit and hate on her, even though that you guys had proved that was not the case. Like when she came into the chat back in Thailand, uh, nobody attacked her, but I think that she kind of wants to just stay far away, far away. She may check in just to see what's going on around here with me, but she doesn't make it known to me. I have no idea, no clue. I don't try and contact her. She don't try and contact me. Holly is not Helica. Why is it UWW? WW wants to be a lady. He wants to be one of them chicks with a dick. Don't lie, WW. I think he both dished it out. What do you mean? Me and Helica dished it out to each other? Yeah, most certainly we did. I think, well, it was a fucked up time. It was, I mean, it wasn't always fucked up. We had some good times. How do we always get onto the subject of Helica? I actually desperately kind of think I need to find another woman so you guys will just stop talking about her. Just stop. Just stop. Just stop it. Stop it. Jimmy Trump's speech was terrible. Yes, we all agree, Jose. Jose. Yeah, it was pretty bad. I would agree, 100%. It was like, what was even the point of that? I thought we were going to be hearing about something, something important, something. People were questioning whether he was going to announce that we were going to war with Venezuela, or there could have been a ton of things that he could have said, but all he did was he made a speech regarding all the shit that he's done since coming into office. It was just a blowhard speech. He was blowing smoke up his own ass. He kind of really needs to do that. He kind of needs to focus on the economy. He needs to tell everybody how great things are. I think the average American would agree that prices are not coming down like they thought they were going to. Prices are still high. But he needs to say that because he needs to pump up the Republicans that are coming up for election next year, next November. So they're already trying to work on it, work on pumping these guys up so that they don't lose their seats. Because if that happens, then he becomes a lame duck, and then absolutely nothing's going to get done. Kind of like what's happened over the last year. The House has actually passed all kinds of different bills that are like America first, but I can't get them through the Senate. That's why they need to pull the nuclear option. They need to end the filibuster. I know everybody says, yeah, well, you do that, then the Democrats are going to use that to their advantage when they come it up. Well, they're going to do it anyways. Once they get into office, they're going to do it. And they're going to push their legislation through, and it's going to be a shit show. So you might as well get done what you can get done now. Maybe if you actually push forward some good legislation, some good policies, you'll actually get the American people on your side. All you motherfuckers will stay in office, and you won't have to worry about it. And you can actually make America great again. And then people will love you, and they're not going to vote you out of office. But these fucking douchebags would rather sit on their hands and do nothing and tell us what a great job that they're doing when actually nothing is getting done. No, I'm not putting my old videos back. Don't really have any desire to. I think if I ever hooked up with Mike, went out and flew out there and seen him, and got all the old videos, I might then re-upload everything and republicize everything. I think it's Helica too, Zofo. Yeah, it's a possibility. I think so, 100%. But I don't know. There's a lot of trolls out there that know Helica, think she says the way she acts and shit too, and they pretend to be her. So you never know. You never know. Honestly, I don't know. That's why I said I have no proof, no certainty that that person was her or is her. I've seen Holly in other chats. I think, well, Helica has been a part of the IP2 community for quite some time, bro. Quite some time. Um, yeah. I mean, we used to hang out. Fuck, sometimes we'd be high in bed, or even before we were in high, when we were in Canada, she wasn't getting high then. She wasn't doing drugs then. Although there was that one time we got a room in down by East Hastings Street, that place with the jacuzzi during COVID. I think it was after we come back from Hawaii. She said she wanted to get out of the house. She wanted to go somewhere and do something different. We ended up getting a room, or it wasn't a room, it was an apartment. It was a loft, actually. But it had a patio that had a jacuzzi out on a patio. I was between two great big high rise buildings. There was nothing above us. There was no patios above us, so I could like see the buildings. But there was this hot tub that was changing colors and shit. Had lights, so but there was the inside. It was a nice place, but it was right down the road from East Hastings. That's where all the drug addicts were. It was like an open air drug market, and that was the first time she had ever asked me, go down and get some drugs. And I told her no. No, I'm not gonna do that. Fuck no. I don't want to do that. But eventually, obviously, when I went to Puerto Vallarta, that it all changed. Well, we're out of the country. All right, fuck it. You won't leave me alone. I'll do it this one time. I think Helica could not come back without making some clues it was her. God knows. God knows. I know for a fact that she has come back at times and has dropped hints. Like, let me know, hey, it's me, Jimmy. I'm watching. But there's also been times where I've thought, oh, that's Helica. It turned out to be a fucking troll. Yes, I have no idea. Drug sex is fun. Yeah. Depends. Depends upon what kind of drugs you're doing. It's her pretty eyes. And then gaslighting. Yes, oh, she's beautiful. Jose, who are you? Jose is Helica. Jose is Helica. That's right. Jose is Helica. Helica's talking about her eyes. I kid. I kid. And Jimmy took her away from us. What do you mean? Everyone is Helica. Yeah, I know. I knew that was you, Helica. I knew that was you. You've been at Sub for years. You might have been, but I can't even tell what your guys' names are anymore because all I see now is the at Jose10725. Bring that video back. Which video? Oh, that one in the loft, bro. I'm sure that one was deleted after I broke up with her. She had gone to New York. I think I don't know. I had deleted a shit ton of videos. They're probably still out there. Like I say, that guy Big Mike M Hammer, Midnight Hammer. He says he's got a shit ton of my videos, old videos, on backed up on hard drives in Kansas. Said I could have them if I ever come out there. Big old Mike M Hammer, Midnight Hammer doesn't really come around much anymore. I was looking at my Discord year-end wrap-up or whatever the hell they call it, and I seen that M Hammer was the person that I had communicated with the most last year on Discord, but now, I mean this year, but now he doesn't even come around anymore. What's up with that? Talking about that woman that made you the chilada. You're talking about the girl in Guadalajara? In the bar that made, yeah, there was that one woman I did a short video on. Took her like 2-3 minutes to make the michelada. That was in Guadalajara. Yeah. Have a girl like that around the house make you drink? Hell yeah, bro. That's what I'm talking about. Why can't you just pay him to ship them? Well, because he actually doesn't live there where the hard drives are. He lives in Oklahoma. So yeah. If he had them there, yeah, I'm sure I could have talked him into that. But if I were to go out there, travel out there, he has said that he would travel with me to Kansas to get those hard drives. Will that ever happen? I don't know. I don't know if we'll ever hear from M. Hammer anymore. I think we will, but he just does not come around as much anymore. After his wife passed, just don't see him as much. Yeah. Right, ladies and germs, I think I'm going to let you all go now so I can lay down and go to bed. I wish that Trump's speech would have been a lot better. It was really quite crap. It's quite a letdown. I honestly don't know why he even made that speech. It's sad to watch Mr. Trump losing his mental health. Okay, Lefty, whatever you say. Seriously, what has Trump done to make you think he's losing his mental health? He's still the same old Trump that he ever was. He hasn't lost his mental health. He's the exact same guy he always was. You're just talking shit, bro. Alright, Bongino is now leaving. Yeah, maybe. Man doesn't know if he's coming or going. Okay, if you say so. If you say so, he actually just, had a physical and mental health test, which he passed with flying colors. unlike Joe Biden, that your lefty weirdo side was saying, "Oh yeah, he's the sharpest he's ever been." Yeah, right. Brah, brah. Really, he's an excellent cognitive function. I'd agree. I would agree, but Trump haters are gonna hate. They're gonna hate, bro. They're gonna hate. Uh, Still going to the overpriced liquor store? Yeah, that's where I went for these things. I should. I told my mom, she's like, "Are you gonna go to the liquor store and get alcohol?" I said, "Yeah, I'm gonna go down there and get some alcohol." She said, "Are you gonna go down to that liquor store?" I said, "Yeah." I said I shouldn't because they're so fucking expensive, but I did. It's because it's the closest place. I mean, there's like nothing out here, nothing around here. It's right down the road. I would rather just pay a little bit more so I don't have to travel. But anywho, all right, guys, ladies and germs, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for all the donos. I don't know when I'll see you guys next. I should start going out and going on walks, trying to get a little healthier. Maybe I'll start doing that instead of sitting here. I should start going out and doing that instead of sitting here. But I have not. I have not. But maybe I will soon. We'll see. I can't say. I don't know. He's probably 85-90% of what he was coming in his prime. Maybe Hagseth can get you some alcohol discounts. Oh my God, we got a lefty. I would, I would love to sit around and make fun of you, Kentucky gal. I really would. I really would. But I have not the time nor the energy. Come back, Kentucky gal. Why don't you go ahead and sub up? If you'd like to come around and, say your piece, talk some shit about everybody in Trump's administration, I would love to, go back and forth with you. And you can say whatever you want, and I will say what I want. If you'd like to have a good old debate, um, sub up, man. Sub up. There's no defending pedos. Oh, you mean like Joe Biden? Sniffing and feeling and touching and showering with his daughter. You mean that kind of pedo? You guys claim, oh yeah, Trump is a pedo. He's a pedo. He was seen with Donald Trump. I mean, Jeffrey Epstein. That makes him a pedo. Well, you forget about your good old pal, Bill Clinton. Yeah, he was what? He was on the Lolita Express 26 times? I mean, God. And the Epstein files that have come out have done nothing but shown that it was Democrats. Even Hakeem Jeffries calling up Jeffrey Epstein. Hey, Jeffrey, you got any more of them pedo dollars? I'm running for office. Can I get some of them pedo dollars? Come on, Jeffrey, I'm your boy. Yeah, we can talk about that stuff, Kentucky gal, if you could feel like you could take the heat. Sub up, come back, join us on another stream, but today is not the day, homie. Trump condoms, that's just fucking retarded, dude. Let's talk about the painting of Bill Clinton in Epstein's living room. Bill Clinton in a dress with his legs crossed. Let's talk about that shit. Okay, we can do that. We can do this all night long. You're barking at the wrong tree, though. We can have a really good time, though, with a good conversation, talking shit. Clinton isn't the president, bro. Come on, man. Come on. Right, ladies and germs. I'll see you guys in the next one. I am out of here. Take care. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the downloads. I'm out. Stop streaming and broadcast. Which one should it be? Let's go with end broadcast. Later.